standings and see that the Bruins are sitting all right tonight. Could be a big night for them because not only are they playing Hartford, but Montreal is on the road to play in Philly. That'll be a tough one for the Canadiens. And Edmonton is at Quebec, so the Nordiques are going to have their hands full. So it could be a night where the Bruins pick up some serious ground. Now, in order for the Bruins to make out tonight, they're going to have to do something they haven't been able to do, and that is get the puck by Mike Liut. In his last 2 games, he's given up just 1 goal, while the Whalers have won both. Now, Doug Keynes gave it a shot last night, played well, but not well enough. Bill Ranford will get the call tonight. He got quite an eyeful from the bench last night in Hartford.
Well, they're a very disciplined team. They really capitalize on their chances. They have great offensive power. They've got about 5 or 6 guys that can put the puck in the net. And they also have some good defensemen with pretty good shots. So you really got to be sharp throughout the whole game.
So basically, they'll be pitting their hopes on Bill Ranford while hoping finally they can find a way to solve Mike Liut. For a closer look at this game, let's go up to the booth right now and join Fred and Derek.
Thank you, Dave. Mike Liut in goal for Hartford, Derek. And I felt last night that the Bruins hit him more with the puck than he made saves. How do you feel about Mike Liut?
Well, I like Mike Liut. I think he's a great goaltender. What he does so well and so subtly is he stands on top of the crease well. He gets out and shuts you off. He does not give you much to look at. You said earlier when we got in the pregame there that he gets hit a lot. Well, that's his style. He just goes out and shuts off your angles, and it appears that way. He's just an aggressive goaltender that challenges the shooter. Well, when he's not having a good night, Fred, you can fill the net on him.
Okay, the Bruins are hoping to do that, but they have to be wary of another very talented player for Hartford, Ron Francis, certainly a fine captain.
Yeah, Ron Francis has a lot to do with how this hockey club plays. If he's on, he'll be in all the key situations. Emile Francis's track record is that he does not burn any one player out. On occasion, they use Jarvis to back him up in key situations. I think Ron Francis could play more, and it would really help Hartford quite a bit.
Yeah, there are those who say Doug Jarvis gets the same amount of time on the ice as Ron Francis, and Francis has all that talent. But that is Hartford's problem, and really it's not their problem because they won the big game last night by a score of 3-1. Bruins just aren't goal scorers. Can it be taught, Derek?
No, you cannot teach goal scoring. Like I said, you've heard me use the phrase before, Fred, a natural goal scorer. That's something, it's a little knack that one player has, another player doesn't have. I never had it. I had to work for all my goals. I got a couple of cheapies, but not many. A couple of rules of thumb are when you're in close, you got to go for the crossbar. You got to go up top. You were talking about Bronco Horvath, who's a great pure goal scorer. Bronco, when he wasn't going in the net for him, got it on the net. The Bruins, I think, are going too much for the post, too much for corners. They just got to get it on the net, let the goaltender worry about it more often.
We'll have the opening face-off in just a minute.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Budweiser, Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. And by Texaco with Petrox detergent to help keep your car's power flowing. And by Nissan, who invites you to test drive the new Go Anywhere Nissan Pathfinder at your Nissan dealer now. Well, the teams are out less than 24 hours after the completion of their previous engagement. The Whalers just seem to have the Bruins number right now. The number Bruins would like to have is Mike Liut's. Tough night again last night against number 1.
Yeah, Mike Liut, you'll find he'll do that quite often to you. That's his job, which he gets paid very big numbers for, and Emile Francis built this club around him and with the faith in him that he's going to be his number 1 and play most of his games. And what you've got to do is bear down on the rebounds. The Bruins have got to get rebounds because Mike will give them to you.
Well, they've been going well. They're getting the opportunities. Last week, they averaged 40 shots a game. Last night, plenty of opportunities early, but Liut shut the door. Right now, it's time for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, the Bruins have dipped down into the bag of tricks. Try to shake it up tonight and have Frank Schulte replace Rene Rancourt for the national anthem. Let's see if that works. All right, your referee tonight, Dave Newell, Ron Asselstein, and Gordy Brossiker, the linesman. Nice smile from Ron Asselstein. I'll tell you, the guy loves to ham it up on camera. Mike Liut, speaking of hamming it up, boy, when he is on, he is on. And he has been so against the Bruins. They're hoping maybe tonight he might have one of his off nights. Bill Ranford played well against the Hartford Whalers the last time he faced them. Unfortunately, Liut was putting up a shutout, and that 2-goal performance by Ranford was overlooked. But they'll be looking for another big effort from him so they can concentrate a little more on offense tonight and trying to solve Liut. We're underway. Here's Fred.
And Merzen with the puck. Dana Merzen playing on defense with Samuelson. Francis gets it to Deneen. It's into the Boston end. Back is Ray Bourque. Bourque starts out. Broken up on the play by Ferraro, who just came out. But now it's up on the left wing side into center ice to Gradin. Trying to move. Can't do it. Schurler is in. And he trips Gradin. Gradin gets it. Almost scored. Merzen just prevented a score by Gradin. A shot by Courtnall, a save. Dropped off for Merzen. Bruins battle to keep it inside, and they say no. A face-off called.
Now, Thomas Gradin was dumped, and I think everybody froze, Derek, thinking that penalty was coming, but Thomas got right back up. Liut came out to challenge, and Thomas almost broke one in off of Liut's pad.
Well, if they did freeze, that's bad hockey. You're supposed to go all the way till you hear that whistle under any circumstances. It was a penalty. It was a little bit of traffic in front of the referee. Unfortunately, didn't see it.
Dave Semenko out there mentioned last night in Hartford. He had vowed prior to last night's game to return to his old ways. As far as we can tell, he did offensively, but he didn't throw his weight around as we were anticipating.
He's no brain surgeon.
Jarvis against Casper, just underway first period. And Merzen loses to Johnston. Johnston trying to set up a play. Samuelson clears it out quickly. Tallene flipping in wide of Liut. Samuelson went down. A hit by Marquardt around the boards. It is left point. Tallene keeping it in. The shot hit the side of the net. Johnston gets it behind the net to Casper. Trying to pop it in front. Does. A backhander by Marquardt. Missed. Another one across the score by Johnston. Johnston set up by Marquardt and Casper, and the Bruins lead 1-0.
This line has been getting a lot of opportunities. They just haven't been able to find that open spot. Last night, Nevin had a great opportunity, missed the net. This time, he's almost in the same position, and he fakes Liut, makes the pass instead.
The bump there, now Stevie's behind the net. He chips it up front. Marquardt makes a very heads-up play. No mistake. Get the shot on the net, regardless of how fast or how hard. It's just a lot of hard work here. It ended up in the net. Liut, when you get a goaltender moving, I don't care who he is, the goaltender, if it misses him, it's going in the net.
Boy, that was a tough puck to handle, too. Nevin's pass was tipped by a Whaler defenseman, and Johnston had to time that puck hitting the ice and hitting the stick at the same time.
Bruins back over the line. Simmer. And he's broken up. McCarthy a shot. A save by Liut. Bruins starting the way they did last night, only they have a goal to show for it right now. Everson is spilled by Simmer, and the puck kept in by Middleton. Cote for Hartford. Turgeon. And it's out to center ice to Everson. Drops it in the Boston end. Back foot Larson. Out to McCarthy. Good break here with Middleton over the line. Trying to send it in, and Kleinendorf broke it up. Middleton would have been open, and right up the middle. Anderson clears it out. Peterson with it. Wrapping it back in and almost hitting Dave Newell, the referee. 1-0 Boston. Johnston from Casper and Marquardt for a 1-0 lead. Bork breaks it up now. Off from Milbury. Away to Johnston. Cleared in. Back to Liut trying to clear it. Milbury trying to keep it in, and he does. Up the boards. Casper going for it. And Deneen trying to get it away. Can't. Milbury, a hard shot. A right pad save by Liut. Casper with it again. Up for Johnston. Johnston trying to cut in. Knocked down. Gets it. Casper and Marquardt get all mixed up. And Anderson picks up the loose puck. Anderson is shift on Bork. Works it over the line for a backhander and a save, and that's a tremendous rush by Anderson. Puck to center ice. Dave Babbage for Lada Sur, acquired in a trade for Dave Barr with Detroit and making his debut for Hartford now. Dwight Foster starts out. 1-0 Boston lead. Foster is checked at center ice by Everson. Lada Sur flips it in, takes a hit from Foster. Milbury away on the left from Miller for Bork. Beautiful shift on McDermott. A long shot, a save. Liut in is Foster to get it behind the net. Byers works it free. Byers back. Good pass for Simonetti playing, and his shot is wide. Low, hard drive. Everson trying to clear it out. Stopped by Foster. Dave Babbage takes over. Lada Sur back. Cleared it. This will be icing if Ranford lets it go.
I think what you're seeing here is Hartford hasn't got their line set up yet. They're sitting back. The Bruins have got to take it to them.
With the score of Boston 1, Hartford 0. Bruins hockey will continue in a moment.
It's been said America no longer has time for excellence.
We need this sale tonight. Okay.
But some still manage to find the time every day. For those who appreciate the beauty of a job well done, Fleet National Bank is ready with the knowledge, experience, and follow-through it takes to keep you ahead.
We made it!
Stay out in front with Fleet.
Anderson here taking it. He's cutting through center ice, through bodies, and it's just a matter of playing the puck. When you hear me talk about playing the puck, play the body. Anderson couldn't have got near where he got to if there wasn't 3 or 4 Bruins swiping for the puck. Play the body.
He had an outstanding game last night, overlooked because of Liut's performance.
1-0 Boston. The draw to Merzen. Merzen hit by Courtnall. Right, play it around the other side, and here is a clear out by Samuelson. Larson at the Boston line, lost it to McDermott. McDermott in deep behind the net. Back is Gradine to collect it. His pass for Neely is too far. McDermott flips it back in. Rebound to Larson. Courtnall takes a hit and Neely breaks on Merzen. Merzen played him beautifully, and Neely hauls him down. They both went down. The steal here by Courtnall. He's upended, and a penalty on Ferraro. Ferraro out for hooking. Power play Boston. You're watching Bruins hockey live from Boston Garden.
It's designed to ride the wind. The restyle Nissan 300ZX with new, more aerodynamic lines you have to drive to believe. A rounded, more contoured front to lower resistance. High flared fenders for a smoother, more slippery surface. So accelerate that 3-liter V6 and discover a new dimension of awesome. The quality and performance is 300ZX. The name is Nissan.
Well, the Bruins will get the first power play of the night. Ray Ferraro charged with a hook. Penalty called at 4:19. Last night, Bruins did not look good on the power play. Of course, Mike Liut had a lot to do with it, but there was one power play they didn't even get a shot on.
There was a bad pass there, and it got picked off, and Courtnall, anticipating some contact, got hauled down. You keep working like that, you'll get your opportunities.
Tippett able to get it, can't clear it, kept in by Larson. Good play at the line. McCarthy moving it up. Oh, he's knocked down on the play. Still trying to get it. Middleton over there. Simmer. Whalers trying to clear it. Samuelson put it into the Whaler bench, and the faceoff will be to the left of Liut. Power play Boston 1-0. The Bruins 15:24 left, first period.
Scott Kleinendorst, former Providence College star, as you look. Jack Evans, Hartford Whaler coach.
Tex Evans and Kleinenhorst. That doesn't sound like hockey names, huh? Sounds like some football coach from Alabama or something.
With his place kicker.
Yeah. Draw to Larson. Yeah. Larson, a shot, a save, Liut, and the rebound is out in front, and Middleton tried to get it, and McCarthy put a handle to it, and they roll it in, and Liut is able to hang on.
Oh, this is an important power play for Boston. They've already got a leg up now psychologically over last night because they've already beaten Mike Liut once, but if they could grab a 2-0 lead here early, big emotional lift.
See, on this rebound here, the Bruins are in awful tight on Liut. Now, if you back off a little bit, if Ricky could get himself untangled, you know, they'd have been in a lot better offensive position.
The draw across for Tippett. Can't clear it. Kept in by Bork for McCarthy. His shot is blocked by Kleinendorst. Back from McCarthy from Simmer. To Simmer near the net. Checked. Puck loose. McCarthy overskates it, gets it in the corner. For Simmer. Put it across in front. Middleton couldn't get it. Back for Bork. His shot blocked. Kleinendorst there. Able to clear it out. Bounces for Tippett. Coming on Bork. Shot blocked by Bork. Minute left on the Boston power play. Bork rushing. Gavin after him. He clears it in deep. Liut blocks it around the boards. Gradin checks it for Courtnall. Courtnall trying to move it in front and swing a shot away. Can't. Larson keeps it in with a good play. For Neely in the corner. Neely back for Bork. Hits it on the goal. Save. Rebound. And it's cleared away and then almost bounces in. And Liut, a great recovery. It wasn't going in, but he's able to pounce on it.
Boy, that's the kind of goal, Turk, they need, too. One of those fluky goals, get Hartford back on its heels to get them pumped up. It almost happened.
Well, the Bruins certainly don't get very many flukes, and they don't get their fair share of flukes. The big thing here is that no one is around or in position to take it. The original play, Ricky was out of position. His back turned to the play. The shot here, no one is around for the rebound. It's bouncing, nobody there. And then Jeff, if he doesn't get drawn into that bundle of players there, he's got that open net. Some Bruins got to take it upon himself to get out of that melee and stay off to the side. Gretzky does it so well. All your big goal scorers do it well. To stay out of being tangled up. Stay free.
Look for the open area.
Always.
Gradin is out with Courtnall and Neely. Bork and Larson. 35 seconds on the Boston power play. 1-0 the Bruins. 14-15 left first period. Jarvis against Gradin. Poked in on Liut, blocked it. Dave Babbage able to clear it. Back goes Bork. Winding up. Drives it in around the boards. Neely, Gradin, back for Bork. Bork tees it up, saved. The rebound is there. It's back, cleared out. Larson for Courtnall. Wrapped back in, and the penalty almost up. Everson takes a hit on the boards. And Neely a wrap on Kleinendorst, but Gavin has it. Full strength Hartford as Boston failed to score. And Neely throwing his weight around. Hit Ferraro. Interception Milbury. Can't send Courtnall in, and the Bruins changing up. 13:20 left first period. The Bruins in front on a Greg Johnston score. He's out there with Marquardt and Casper. Simonetti dressing tonight. Paul Boudelier did not. No injury, just a change. Francis clears in. Ranford missed it behind the net, and now Milbury with it. Puck cleared out. Francis starting back. Broken up by Casper. Dineen winding up. Now Samuelson. A lead over the Boston line, broken up by Milbury. This clear will be icing. And we're in the first period with the score. Boston 1, Hartford nothing. Bruins hockey will continue in a moment.
Nothing makes your day like helping others make it on their own.
You bring out the pride we all feel inside.
It's going to be easy next week.
It's more than just a job you do. You make America work, and this spot's for you.
Good work.
Here's to you, Beechwood Aged, for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This spot's for you.
Face-off in the Boston zone. There's been one soft shot in on Ranford, and that by John Anderson on a good rush, and it was just a soft backhander, very routine. That Liut has been tremendous again, beaten only by the Johnston score. Larson gets the draw. Peterson, Marquardt, a lead for Johnston. Over the line, he's checked. Babbage loses it. Johnston was bringing it back in, and Casper was offside.
Well, close, but so far away. Steve Casper trying to get out of the zone. Johnston right at the line just wheeled. Instinct says, Will, let's head back toward the net.
Yeah, Will, close only counts for grenades and horseshoes.
I want to say hello and get well wishes to a couple of fellows. Bob Tyndall, scout, was telling us prior to the game that Alain Cote blocked a shot, broke his jaw, wired shut. And also Tom Henshaw, who writes for the Hockey News, slipped and fell yesterday, broke his arm. We hope he's feeling better.
See, writing is as dangerous as playing.
Bruins forecheck. Marquardt jamming it up in the corner. Casper trying to get it free. Anderson battling. And Babbage up for Francis. He's checked immediately by Larson. Can't clear the zone. Ladouceur swings away from Marquardt. Up for Anderson. Out to Dineen. Coming on Peterson. Stops and cuts. Looks for the trailer. And Anderson is taken down by Casper after he had missed the pass. And Casper is out. And the Bruins will be shorthanded on that tripping call. We're in the first period with the score. Boston 1 and Hartford nothing. Bruins hockey will continue in a moment.
If you are a dark-haired girl in a bright red dress, I will steal you away. If you are an ancient cathedral, I will capture you instantly. If you are an explosion of brilliant flowers, I will catch you. And I will keep you, all of you, in all the splendor of your glorious colors. The amazing new Polaroid Spectra system. Polaroid, we take your pictures seriously.
I think it's going to be hooking, but I think what he does is kick his leg out. An old hockey trick here. There we go, adios. They like to call it hooking. Why, I do not know. You drag that leg and take the feet out from under him. It was a penalty that Stevie never had the man covered, and he was not going to let him get a shot on the net. So, got to work a little harder and cover the body.
Draw to Dave Babbage. Babbage in deep for Everson, Gavin, Bork battling. And it's Dave Babbage again. Left point, moves in front, tees it up and misses the net. Francis, the fourth forward on, plays the right point. Around the boards, Bork went down. And it's Dave Babbage again, keeping it in. And on the other side, Turgeon back for Francis. Checked twice and still keeps it in. Turgeon in front, and Everson, a score, walked right in. Dean Everson scores from Turgeon and Francis to tie it up on a power play goal.
Boy, you could see that coming, too. The whole flow went to the right wing boards, and Everson just kind of slipped down through the slot.
Where the mistake is made is out there not getting it out. When you've only got a foot to gain, you got to dig in the trenches and get it out. Then you run out of bodies over on this side. The Bruins penalty killers are in too tight to the Hartford forwards. Consequently, they left their points alone to play with the hockey where they wanted to. Evanson, you know, he sees he's going to have Ranford up top, and it's just a matter of getting it up there.
Pretty play, nicely executed. Turgeon making the pass off the boards for Dean Everson.
Francis and Turgeon set up Everson for a power play goal. And it's tied at 1. Milbury back. The clear in. Courtnall lets it go to Bork, right point. His pass up stop. Bruins battle to keep it in. Goodine had it, lost it. Goodine fights again, gets it in the corner, near the net, behind the net, trying to put it in front. And at the side of the net, it's batted around the boards and cleared away by Cote. All the way, Ray Bork, right back. And it's Courtnall for Neely. Neely pokes it in. He bears it alone. Shot and a save. Right skate save by Liut. A penalty coming up on Hartford. A tripping call, and the Bruins will get a power play.
Boy, Neely broke in nicely, worked his way around the defense. Unfortunately, couldn't cut in far enough. I'm sure he wanted Derek to take that in front.
But if he takes it in front, he will have the nice little redirect passes there, very pretty to watch. Now Neely punches it through, it hits his skate, he gets it back. When he comes in, Liut is really out on top of it. He shuts him off, settles his leg. He gave him the hole between his legs. And that looks very big when you're coming in like Neely did. But Liut has that uncanny ability to give you something, let you look at it, then take it away just as you're ready to shoot. If he didn't see that hole between his legs, Cam would have gone across the crease and hopefully have drawn Liut with him. But Liut, that's an offensive move that a goaltender makes so often.
McCarthy in for Simmer, back to McCarthy on the boards. McCarthy holding. Still holding. Back for Larson. For McCarthy. Shot. Save Liut, and no rebound for Charlie Simmer as he picked that one off.
Boy, it sounded like Charlie may have gotten a piece of that on the way in. The replay will tell better, but Charlie got a tap in the stick. Well, couldn't tell. It looked like he'd missed the stick. This angle will tell better.
Now, he flat caught it. You know, it was awful close.
McCarthy in front, and the pass missed by Middleton. A shot by Fork is deflected by Middleton into the stands, and the faceoff called outside the line. McCarthy jamming here, and 1:32 left on the Boston power play. 1-1 the score, 10:05 left in the first period.
Went off a Bruins stick. Rick Middleton out in front, and Tom McCarthy trying to deflect that drive home, so the faceoff's going to come outside the line. But Liut's the type of goaltender, you don't get him early, you usually don't get him at all.
Yeah.
They need to get a few more shots on goal. Get him moving. He hasn't seen. Last night he didn't seem to have to move a lot to make his stops.
Well, he doesn't look like he's that spectacular, but what he does is just subtle little moves. He plays little games in there with the shooters, and he has a lot of success with it.
Fork at center ice. Starting the power play for McCarthy. Can't move on Jarvis, though. Bruins winding up. Larson in the center ice, clears it in. Liut just clears it behind the net. Missed, goes to Simmer. Simmer right in front, trying to put it in the crease. Didn't work. Middleton with it. And here's Simmer and Samuelson with the sticks high. Don't know what Newell is calling. He may be calling just. He's calling both Samuelson and Simmer.
He didn't look at Charlie. I thought for a second he might dodge the bullet, but he's looking at the aggressor, which was Samuelson there.
Old Ulf has been the object of the Bruins' affection for the last month.
Deservedly so.
Boy, I can't remember outside of Nyland one guy that draws so much attention within the division for the Bruins. Well, there's the high sticks right there. Charlie said, hey, knock it off. Threw a little punch at Samuelson.
Got to stop that stuff. You can't afford that until you get yourself established with a good lead. You got to, you've got to eat a little bit of that stuff. You got to take that for the, for the team. You can't take little cheap shots and retaliatory moves. They always get caught.
Still a 5-on-4, a power play for Boston. And one of the rule changes, of course, means it will stay at 5-on-4. But it's too bad they've taken away the 4-on-3 situation, which
I used to love that.
Led to a lot of excitement. Here's Gradine clearing in wide. Power play Boston. Babbage trying to clear it away. It deflects and goes to Liut, and he picks it off. 45 seconds left. The face-off in the Hartford zone. 1-1 the score. Everson a power play to tie it up after Johnston had given Boston a 1-0 lead.
Thomas Gradine has been flying for the last couple of weeks. But I'm not sure, Derek, he really has a spot out there on the power play that you can say, yeah, that's a Thomas Gradine
Well,
position.
Thomas Gradine can get it up. His speed is advantageous. It's very difficult to have a real fast center. Fast wingers are more effective than fast center.
Well, he's on the wing now.
Oh, yeah.
Larson with it. Holding. In deep for Gradine, who's at right wing on the power play. Larson is in deep. Holding in the corner. Puts it on net. Save on Gradine. Back to McCarthy. Fork, the lone man. McCarthy holds. Cross for Neely, and he missed the net with Liut going down. McCarthy made the fake and the pass across, and Neely didn't hit the net. 15 seconds left. Bruins back. Neely overskates it. Everson is able to clear it. Out now comes Gradine again. Over the line, moving in, stops, gives it to Larson. Larson in deep for Neely in the corner, though, trying to put it in front. It deflects into the stands. The penalty is up. The faceoff is to the right of Liute, and Hartford's had very little offense on Ranford, but a power play goal.
Looks to be everybody's knee-deep in anesthetic. You know, pick up the tempo a bit, boys. This is hockey, not ping pong.
Well, no sooner do we talk about Gradine on the power play than the Bruins get an opportunity. That hit the crossbar. Neely's shot hit the crossbar. Boy, that was close. Then Thomas Gradine with this rebound.
Nowhere to put it, though. That's what I mean about Liute. He just really takes anything away from you that you look for a hole. Gradine paused, he waited, but nothing opened up. Liute's very calm, composed in there.
Dwight Foster now at center against Jarvis. 8:25 left, first period, 1-1. And the face-off to Hartford's Cote. For Tippett, quick clear out. Foster trying to get a handle to it. Tippett clears it in the Boston end. Simonetti and Talene, the Boston defense. It's around for Miller. Miller can't clear it. Foster does. And McDermott winding up. Over the line, Tippett and Simonetti go for it, and Talene picks it off. Winds up. Up for Byers. For Simonetti. Now Talene starts it out. His pass for Miller, but Jay wasn't ready for it. Right back comes Ladouceur. Long shot wide of Ranford. Miller starting back. A clear in. Icing. Break in the action. Let's pause for this message.
This is one of the world's most expensive motor oils. It meets or exceeds industry standards for protection against wear. So does Haviland. This motor oil exceeds car makers' warranty requirements. So does Haviland. This oil can cost more than twice as much as Haviland. Twice as much?
That's right, twice as much.
And I thought I did the jokes. Texaco's Haviland Supreme. High-quality protection without the high price.
Well, when we last left you, Dwight Foster was being pursued by Shane Churla, and Churla was trying to wrestle with the linesman to get away after Dewey, and then one of the splinter groups broke into a fracas. Lyndon Byers and Randy Ladouceur. I think they got together when Ladouceur was in last week with Detroit.
It's foolish. That was totally unnecessary, uncalled for, not part of the game at all. It was one of those things, everybody was standing still, standing around waiting for somebody else to do it. Yeah. And they were embarrassed out there. People wanted to say, you started the game yet? So listen, we'll start a fight. Maybe that'll get things going. Churla made a fool of himself. If you're going to do something, do it. You know, just don't look to run around.
Shane looked like he was looking for somebody to hold him back for some reason.
He's giving winks in the penalty box like, it's all right, I'm a tough guy. Calm down, kid. Get a hold of yourself.
Byers and Ladouceur were just standing there as everyone paired off. I figured, hey, shouldn't we be doing something?
Right, that's what it looked like. But Lyndon's eager. He's ready to go with anybody. He's trying to win a job, and Ladouceur is trying to prove that his heart's with the Hartford Whalers. So it's at that point, it's unnecessary. Hockey people realize that that's unnecessary. That's foolish. Get back to playing hockey, grinding bodies, dumping it in, getting after it. And nobody's broke a sweat yet, have they, Fred?
That's right.
Huh? It's what? 13 minutes gone here. Boys, it's a hockey game. Let's go.
Francis, Anderson, and Deneen. Hartford's had very little offense, but they haven't needed it. They've got a tie game with a power play goal. Marquardt out for Johnston. He breaks on Merzen. Goes deep, looks for help. Gives it to Marquardt. He can't get it. Kept in by Bork, though, and he wraps it in deep. Now, this is the Bruins checking line against the big line for Hartford. Milbury kept it in. Now it's knocked away, and Anderson. Byers knocked down by Ranford. One of the few shots that Hartford's had in the period. Out comes Milbury, and Hartford changes up. Merzen trying to move it out. Bruins forecheck. Gavin trying to poke it out. Stopped by Milbury. In for Marquardt. Marquardt doesn't have anybody in front except Hartford Whalers, and Samuelson breaks it up. Milbury keeps it in. Back for Marquardt. Pass in. Johnston couldn't get control for a shot. Knocked away. Bork back. Center ice. Gavin with it. Flipping back in the Boston end. Bruins start it back. Peterson in a 1-1 game. Broken up, and Dave Babbage back for Dineen to Dave Babbage. In for Francis. Francis and Larson go deep. McCarthy poked it free, and Dineen is on it. And he shot it high, and he had a great setup. And here's Francis with a shot, and it's deflected wide. And Simmer fell down heavily and tied up the puck on the boards.
Very lucky the Bruins dodged the bullet there. Ranford came up big with a across-the-net move there on Francis. But the way things are going, it's exactly what Hartford wants. They want the Bruins to slow down. They don't want them to come out and be aggressive. You know, it looks like, the Bruins are playing into Hartford's game plan here.
Great save by
Wicked
Bill
shot.
Ranford. Beauty. You know, Dineen's shot, I think, set him back on their heels a little.
Yeah, but it set up on it popped up a little bit, and Billy just happened to cover that far side, which shut it down.
Watch this cannon shot. Oh, Ranford's glad that missed him and everything.
That was off the glass for Billy moved. I mean, you shoot the puck 120 miles an hour from 25 feet away, it gets there pretty quick.
5:58 left, first period, 1-1 the score. Johnston for Boston, Everson a power play for Hartford. Francis, Anderson, and Dineen out there, and the Casper line. Marquardt pokes it out, rushes, center ice with Johnston. Casper coming up, tried to give it to Casper, who must have yelled, and it's blocked. And back comes Francis. Clearing in deep. Ranford out of the net. Pokes it to the corner, stopped by Anderson. Anderson taken out of the play by Peterson. And the puck fought for. Kept in now by Anderson, back on the boards, checked by Casper. Bruins get it to center ice. And Dave Babbage back. Pass stopped. Peterson, quick clear out. Marquardt with it. Flips it up. The Whalers trying to come back with a long clear by Kleinendorf. Middleton missed a Larson pass, and this will be icing.
Hockey East action will be coming your way tomorrow evening when Nesson takes you to the Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University. The Minnesota Golden Gophers take on the BU Terriers. Face-off 7:30 following the Hockey East report at 7. That's the Golden Gophers and the Terriers live on Nesson. We deliver.
Face-off to the right of Bill Ranford. 5:03 left. First period, 1-1 the score. Jarvis out with McDermott and Tippett. Merzen and Samuelson. McCarthy, the draw to Bork. Now Milbury. Broken up. McDermott in front, stopped by Bork. Simmer bounces it out. Possible 2-on-1. Here's Middleton. Off for Bork. Bork stops, cuts, drops it. And fans are yelling that Bork should have shot. Back comes McDermott at threat. The shot is blocked by Milbury. Goes wide. Ranford pokes it around the boards. Simmer clears it out. Breaking for it, McCarthy and Merzen. McCarthy has to start the play again. He's checked, and Anderson breaks. Quick shot, a save by Ranford. Milbury for Bork. For Simmer, and he's broken up. Credine trying to move for it. And now Hartford takes over. Samuelson for Dana Merzen. Trade passes. Puck stopped by Bork. Can't make a play with Johnston. Merzen pokes it in the Boston zone. A lead by Peterson. Icing call. 3:48 left. Kind of scrambly hockey here. 1-1.
Raymond Bork chose to drop the puck off. I would have liked to have seen Raymond whistle one from that juncture, Derek.
Thing is, and I would like to have seen him shoot it too. Ray, if he makes this play, he can't really see that the trailer on the play is covering yeah, I forget who it is here.
Charlie?
No.
I think it was Charlie Sinner who was the trailer.
No, the second trailer. See, Ray really thinks he's open. He should be open by all rights. Oh, McCarthy. Now, if he's all alone, then McCarthy's got nothing but him and Liu. But I'd like to have seen Ray shoot it. When you're not scoring goals, you got an opportunity to shoot. Go for the rebound.
Face out to the right of Ranford. Portnoy breaks it out up to the Hartford line. Gradine trying to keep it in, can't. Kleinendorst with it. Now Turgeon for Hartford. Not exactly memorable hockey here, but 1-1 the score. Ray Ferraro with a threat. Over the line with Gavin. Puts it in front, but nice coverage. Larson on Gavin. And Neely gets it back out. Kleinendorst whips it back in. Alan Peterson there. Way to Portnoy. And he takes a heavy hit from Sherlock. Neely a hit. Here's Gradine breaking. Intercepted by Ferraro. Off for Kleinendorst. Broken up. Big play by Peterson there. And this one is an icing call on Boston. Oh, Alan Peterson saved the day.
Certainly did. This crowd is dying to wake up, isn't it?
Now Churla's wheeling around the blue line again. Who does he want now? Thomas Gradine.
Oh, that's an even match. Thomas up for the Lady Bing, and Churla's running around like the muscle man.
Churla's getting a penalty, so that's a break for the Bruins. Interference.
Deservedly so.
Oh, good. The Bruins with 2:50 left to go in the period get the man advantage. What a break it would be to be able to go into the clubhouse with a lead.
If they get if they could score on this power play, it could set everything up for the second period.
There's where Thomas
them
went down.
unnecessarily from behind. Thomas is looking to turn with the play. Now, if Thomas makes that turn, Sherler's not so fleet of foot. With Gradine and him a foot race, I better knock him down before it's a 2-on-1.
Hey, Sherler doesn't have to prove anything to his management that he's a tough guy. His penalty minutes down at Binghamton would
he's not
give you an idea
there
there.
With that. And what he's trying to do is keep Gradine from breaking away from him, who is his man. And then after that, he got the penalty. He was looking to instigate something. Maybe somebody'd slash and take a cheap shot and even it up.
Third Boston power play, and they haven't had a goal on it, on any. 1:48 left on this one. Bork for Larson, tapped it in wide. Samuelson there, trying to golf it out. He's checked. McCarthy has it in the corner. Back to Bork. Up for McCarthy. Cross for Larson. Shot. Scores! Reed Larson, power play with Simmer screening to make it 2-1 Boston.
Now, Reed's been working on that. Low and on the corners. Low and on the corners. And he figured he stood a better chance trying to beat the Utes left side. Kept it down
when
low.
it's low and on the corners, what it does is it is a pass shot. If it gets by everybody, it's in the net. So, and it's really intended for Simmer. I don't know whether Charlie touched it or not, but it was definitely, and you'll have Liut saying to Simmer, who's so good, said Simmer going to touch that, and he's not so sure-handed when he sees his shot. He never came in that hard.
That's a milestone goal for Reed Larson, his 200th National Hockey League goal. A beauty. Down low. Left side.
If he gets two more, if Reed Larson gets 2 more goals, right, I go another notch down the ladder.
I was just going to say, does he move ahead of you?
Clear in by Dave Babbage. Taking over is Milbury. Power play goal by Boston. McCarthy made the big pass. Milbury broken up by Anderson now. Johnston fights for it with Francis. All on the boards, and it's cleared in deep, and back foot Ray Bork, who's everywhere. Everywhere. Up the middle, not held by Casper. Ladouceur gets it back for Dineen. Offside Anderson. 1:42 left. 2-1 Boston. The goal Larson from Bork and McCarthy. Remember Johnny Busick making that pass across from the corner to that right point man? He did it so much.
Oh, he did it so well. He used to look like he was looking for Esposito in the slot, or he'd be looking for, Freddie Stanfield on the left point. He'd make it across to Orr, but Orr knew it so well when to go into that hole. Chief set it up, and being so that's exciting itself. You know, those guys had that down pat.
Al McCarthy made it from the corner, not deep, but off to the right of Liute, back to the right point man. And Larson drove it home. 1:37 left in the period, 2-1 Boston. In deep, Peterson for Larson. Cleared out. Ladouceur flips it back in. The pace is sort of set by Hartford. It hasn't been a fast one. Bork's 400th NHL assistant. Here's Hartford with a threat. They move it in front, and a big save on Dineen, who walked in front, and Ranford blocked it. Bruins in trouble here. Trying to move it out, and Casper does. They break. Good break here. Johnston coming. But a big play by Dave Babbage. Poked it in deep. Around the boards, Anderson. Checked by Larson. Puck kept in by Johnston. In deep, Casper bangs into Ladouceur. Francis trying to clear it. Stop. Milbury. A shot. A save, Liute. That gave him trouble. Might have been deflected in on him.
And that is a fluttering shot, Fred. Like I said, if you just get it on the net, let Liute worry about what's going to happen after that. If that ball was loose, they could punch it home. That's what the Bruins got to do. They're not going to get the pretty goals. This thing flutters about, you can read the label on it, but he doesn't know who it's going to hit on the way in, a waved hand. And now I haven't got it. Where is it? And, that's all you have to do is keep on making that puck go at the net, make him move. Eventually, he'll probably kick one in himself.
Ray Bork's 400th National Hockey League assist on Reed Larson's 200th National Hockey League goal. 47 seconds left in the first period. The faceoff to the right of Liute. Boston goals by Johnston and Larson. Everson for Hartford. Gradine against Jarvis. Bork back at the left point. He shifted over there. But Jarvis gets it. Neely trying to move on it. Samuelson for Jarvis. Poke to the corner. Kleinendorst there. Blocked by Milbury, and now Tippett breaks it out. Samuelson coming up. Four-man attack. Pass in front. Knocked away. And Neely has a breakout here. And time. Neely loses it at center ice to Tippett. And Jarvis right back. Missed McDermott. Neely out for Bork. Bork with Courtnall. Back for Bork. Buried in. Try to get it across, and Samuelson made a big play and blocked it. Samuelson hit by Neely. The Whalers come back in front of the net. It's ridden off by Milbury. 4 seconds left. And the Bruins break it out. And that's it in the period. Boston getting a power play goal to take the lead. Boston 14. Hartford had 8 shots.
Uneventual period, Fred. You notice that?
At the end of the first period, the score, Boston 2 and Hartford 1. Coming up, our first intermission, Dave Shea, an interview with Hartford forward Sylvain Turgeon, and Tom Larson will be along with NHL updates and highlights, all coming up after this message.
All right, a little better than what it was last night in Hartford. The Bruins lead the hockey game 2-1, end of the first period. Dave Shea's guest is Sylvain Turgeon of the Whalers. Depending on Vancouver, his brother Pierre could very well be the Bruins pick in the upcoming draft this summer. Let's go back to Boston Garden and Dave Shea. David?
Thank you, Tom. Sylvain, good to see you back in the lineup again.
Well, thank you. It's nice to be back. Let me tell you, it's been a little while. It's been about 8 months that I haven't, put the skate now. It's been about 2.5 weeks I've been wearing the skates.
Well, for a while I thought everyone was trying to be fashionable by having abdominal problems, but yours was a severe one that had you and everyone puzzled for a while.
Well, it was a little different than Secord and McDonald. It was the problem was a hole in the stomach. It was under the muscle, so that's why the reason we couldn't see it. we went through a different test and CAT scan, the magnetic resonance, and so it never showed up, the hole itself. So after an exploratory inside, they take a look inside, and they find out that hole, and it's with fat tissue hanging out. So what they did is they put the fat tissue in and stitch it back the hole together.
Talking to Emile Francis prior to last night's game, he's most impressed that you've been able to come back without seemingly missing a beat.
Well, it's been, like I said, a little while, and, you know, it'll take a little while before I really get going 100%. You know, my wind is getting better, and it's been, what I did is I bike about 2 weeks, and after I've been on skate for 2.5 weeks. And I really double the portions like training camp for myself. So what I do is I practice in the morning, and I have a special program to do, too, before practice in games, and I got different curl setups, and so it helps me a lot to reinforce the stomach muscle. And as far as skating my legs and my wind, well, eventually I'll get it by skating and practicing and all that.
Well, one thing everyone in the Adams division doesn't want to see is the Hartford Whalers pick up any more weapons. But now that they have Sylvain Turgeon back, they do have another big weapon. In fact, first game scoreless, but then you picked up 3 points in the next couple, and you assisted on the goal tonight.
Yeah, it's, you know, eventually it's nice to be back. And what happened now, the puck was thrown around. Ron Francis stopped the puck at the blue line. So I kind of moved up, and I saw Dean very open. He looked right over the shoulder. You can see the flip in his glove when it was a little slow in that move, and he made an excellent flip.
Boy, he won't be known as a checker anymore with moves around the net like that. All right, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, how do you feel about the prospects of your younger brother playing against you in this division if he ends up with this club?
Well, it'll be nice. It'll be kind of close to Hartford, too. We could get to see together more times. But I'm sure that when I saw him evaluate during my convalescence in Montreal, and he's a hell of a hockey player. He was very good stick handler, and he can see the play very well. He intercepts well the plays and all that. So very anxious to see him out here and play in the big league.
Well, of course, that means we all have to pull in for Vancouver to have trouble down the stretch, doesn't it?
Exactly. It's Vancouver finished last, but Buffalo, the way they're playing right now, I'm surprised they're going to finish last. But Vancouver, Boston's got the pick, and maybe Boston's going to have him.
Sylvain, thanks an awful lot.
My pleasure.
Sylvain Turgeon, our guest, and speaking of younger brother Pierre, Tom Larson will be taking a look at the stats on the Pierre Turgeon sweepstakes when we come back. Stay with us.
Why don't we do it now, David? Everybody, of course, knows that the Bruins have Vancouver's first-round pick in the draft coming up this summer. If the Canucks finish with the worst record, it does give the Bruins the first pick overall. And right now, that's the way it is. Vancouver with 29 points. Buffalo passed them just in the last couple of games, and that appears to be the battle because the space is then 7 points up to the Caps and 9 to the Leafs and the Blues, who are the other teams among the worst in the NHL at this point in the hockey season. Bruins and Whalers at the end of the first period tonight. It's Boston 2, Hartford 1. A lot of basketball coming up here on Nesson 2, and Sean McDonough has the schedule for you. After last night, when the Bruins lost to Hartford 3-1, Terry O'Reilly, a little upset with the club's intensity, said he was looking for it right off the top of the game tonight. And I guess you'd have to say he got it because the Bruins scored after only 1 minute and 8 seconds.
Hit the side of the net. Johnston gets it behind the net to Casper. Trying to pop it in front. Does. A backhander by Marquardt missed. Another one across the score by Johnston. Johnston set up by Marquardt and Casper, and the Bruins lead 1-0.
The Bruins didn't score, but came awfully close here. Liut able to find the puck and cover it before the Bruins could extend their 1-0 lead. Now, Hartford's first power play chance came on a Steve Casper penalty, and the Whalers used the man advantage to tie the score.
Checked twice and still keeps it in. Turgeon in front, and Everson, a score, walked right in. Dean Everson scores from Turgeon and Francis to tie it up on a power play goal.
So it was 1-1, and then late in the period, another Boston power play.
Back to Bork, up for McCarthy. Cross for Larson. Shot. Scores! Reed Larson, power play with Simmer screening to make it 2-1 Boston.
Reed Larson the goal, number 200 for his career. Bork and McCarthy the assist, 2-1 lead for the Bruins. Still a few minutes till the face-off to start the second period, so let's check in back at Boston Garden with Fred Cusick and Derek Sanderson. Gentlemen.
Bruins lead by a score of 2-1 after the first period of play, and the power play goal by Larson. And Hartford, they got that power play because Churla was called up and used tonight. Wasn't used last time. I don't know why.
I think they thought, having lost the game, the Bruins would come out. They have a physical reputation. They wanted a muscle man to equalize a Miller or whoever, or a Neely aggressive play. Next thing you know, they bring a guy like Churla up. He runs around like a chicken with his head cut off. He knows he can't outskate Gradine, knocks him down foolishly, gets a penalty. It's 2-1 as a result. That type of stuff they've got to stop in hockey, and that's what people are talking about. You know, violence and aggressive play and unnecessary pushing and shoving and fighting.
Well, he was brought up from the American Hockey League strictly to be an enforcer, an intimidator, if you will, but they have Semenko there already and some other good aggressive players like McDermott. However, it was Boston getting out to a 1-0 lead. Johnston the score.
Well, there's a lot of hard work in this goal. There was a puck that was bouncing. Everybody pursued it, stayed on it. No one could get a handle on it. A chop here, a deflected stick goes behind the net. Kasper is trying to come out, pushes it in front of Marquardt. Now it slows down. Marquardt takes his time, dumps a pass to Johnson. Oh, his concentration, he stayed on top of good presence, and he just, slapped it home.
Johnston was in nice goal-scoring position, too.
Where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be on the outside of the crease, away from the congestion, alone where you're going to have that time. And that's what the Bruins have got to do. They've got to look for more, have that forward set up more where he's alone and he's unmolested.
Bruins lead 2-1. Here's Tom.
In a moment, we'll look at some of the action from Long Island, where the Islanders are hosting the Caps. We'll check the scores of the other games from around the NHL as well, as Bruins hockey continues here on your New England Sports Network. Is 2-1 Bruins on a goal by Johnston. That at 1:08 of the first period from Marquardt and Kasper. And then back came the Whalers to tie it at 8:41. Evison on a power play goal. Turgeon and Francis with the assists. And then another power play goal, but for the Bruins this time. 9th of the season, 200th career goal for Reed Larson. McCarthy and Bork had the assists. 2-1 Bruins, and that's the way it is at the end of the first period of play. Bruins also with a sizable shots on goal advantage. 14-8 after the first 20 minutes. So with a 2-1 Bruins lead, second period action coming up, we go back to Boston Garden to Fred Cusick, Dave Shea, and Derek Sanderson.
Well, the teams are back out for the start of the second period, but unfortunately the maintenance crew is also out repairing a pane of glass right near the entryway where the Bruins come onto the ice and leave the ice. So we're going to have a little time to fill before we actually get underway in the second period. I want to take the opportunity to tell you that Sunday evening at 6 o'clock, we'll be bringing you the old-timers game, the Bruins old-timers against the Ranger old-timers. Guy like Brad Park is going to have a split personality that night, but we'll be there.
No, Brad Park is a Ranger. I can never get used to him being anything else but. At that game will be Rod Gilbert, one of the Hall of Famers, Steve Vickers. They'll have Craig Patrick, the old general manager coach, Anders Hedberg, Peter Stemkowski, Dave Maloney. You've got some players here in New York that are awesome. I mean, some of them you think could still be playing in this game. Ulf Nilsson will be there.
Boy, I like Stemkowski. He wasn't flashy, but he was solid. And
Stemmer, all 240 pounds of fun and hard hitting. The Bruins got lined up. Johnny Busick, Hall of Famer. They got some good players. Terry O'Reilly, McKenzie, Ahern, Tommy Songen. Brad Park is, I guess, going to play half the game for Boston and half for New York.
Where is this game and when?
This game is going to be in Durham, New Hampshire, at the University of New Hampshire's arena, Stiverly Arena, 6 o'clock Sunday night. And it's a power play for youth is a thing on the brochure. And what it is the second career planning type of things for kids who have gotten off to the wrong start. Not necessarily drugs or alcohol, but it could be, dropping out of school and retraining them. And Johnny's done a tremendous job. It's close to his heart trying to help young kids get back and on the right track with their life and their careers.
Boy.
Oh, well.
I wonder if he'll be there. Boy, He'd probably be ancient about now.
Oh, yeah, can you believe how much fun I had in that dressing room?
What were you doing? Flying a kite?
I don't know. I was maybe talking to this efficient bull gang here about what's going on in the dressing room. I don't know.
I mean, look, you grew up to be a handsome guy.
Strange picture, isn't it? Wow. I can't believe that at all. Why do they show those ones without the mustache? I don't know where they come up. Mark, where do you come up with that? Ah, wow. The highlight of the kid's career. Made the pass to Bobby Orr in the overtime here. Right, a little dump and go. Bobby and I practiced it all the time in practice.
Did Bobby practice the dive after?
He was so happy he didn't care where he was going, right? Because it was a highlight of my life.
Why were you out there starting that overtime on a checking line against St. Louis? Why were you out there then?
Well, that's just because the tremendous face-off ability there. Get the thing going in the right direction. But the key was give it to Orr, and you got off the hook every time and end up with an assist.
Underway in the second period, 2-1 Boston. Semenko's long clear out, stopped by Milbury. Merzen on the loose puck. Backhands it in. Bork there, Semenko after him. And away comes Johnston with a Boston goal already, and a shot that deflects wide. Milbury hits it on the go. Deflected by Everson high. Around the boards, Marquardt keeps it in, stopped. And Merzen clears it out. Bork right on it. Gavin on him. And Bork forced to just clear it away. And Neely checking Everson. And back for it, Samuelson. And he lost it in the corner to Courtnall. Courtnall wheeling in the zone. Makes the play back for Gradine. Gradine back on the boards. Courtnall there. Trying to get it to Peterson. Peterson can't get it. It goes to Turgeon. Breaks with Everson. And a shot by Turgeon. And it's deflected high. As Turgeon had a good threat going there to tie it up. Courtnall trying to come back. Lost it to McDermott. Right back. Turgeon. Knocked down by Peterson. Peterson got a piece of him. Played the man. Neely able to clear it out of the zone. Cote's pass stopped by Gradine. Gradine starts back left wing side. Checked by Cote. Lost it to Jarvis. Up for Tippett. Puck loose in front of the net. Ranford dives, pokes it away to Neely. Neely breaks it out with Courtnall. Going wide, dropping it for Courtnall. He doesn't get it. And away comes Jarvis. For Tippett. Poked into the Boston corner. Simonetti there, checking Tippett. McCarthy back to help out. Up on the right for Neely, who's still on. He's checked. Talene wraps it around the other side and out. Boston able to change up, leading 2-1 on the Larson power play goal in the first period. Johnston the other one. Everson. Here's a break for McCarthy. Can't tap it home in front. It was a high pass. Talene keeps it in, turns, moves it around in front. The shot, the save, Liutin. I don't think he knew he had it, and a great play by Talene. Had a break in the action. Let's pause for this message.
Homeowners, be prepared for our unpredictable New England weather with Texaco Home Heating Oil. You can keep your family warm and heating bills reasonable by calling your local Texaco full-service oil company today. In Boston, it's White Fuel at 269-8300. In Providence, it's Kelleher at 725-6000. And in Worcester, it's Claflin Donahue at 754-5331. And don't forget to ask about their special rebates for new oil customers. You'll love the savings.
Mats Talene obviously took the Ray Bork instructional film home with him. Great move by Talene.
He went through the defenseman's leg. Leo hasn't seen that yet. It hit him, it bobbled. He saw it on his leg and said, "Oh, thank you very much. Christmas isn't over yet."
And the draw back to Bork. Right point shot. Deflected into the stands and a face-off called. Again in the Hartford zone.
Raymond Bork. He has been awesome. I don't think there's another word that is really appropriate to use as a description for the way Bork has been playing for the last month. He has just been on that top level. You know, you try to achieve it. You try to stay above an even level if you're a great player. But the great ones seem to rise to that, I don't know what you call it.
Cream at the top. And, you know, he rises to occasions. He's gotten the big goals for him late in the game, tied him, won them. Ray Bork does it all for the Bruins.
And the draw taken by Dave Babbage. They dressed Schurler and benched Wayne Babbage for tonight's game. Jarvis clears it out. Milbury breaks it up for Casper. It's a warm day and evening, and so the ice is a bit soft. Here's a lead from Milbury from Bork. Goes into the corner, battling for it. Marquardt in there. Checked by Ladouceur. Dave Babbage pokes it in the other corner. Milbury stays up front, battling for it. And Everson forced to just clear it. Back is Casper. Gets it out of the zone. And Marquardt hauls down Everson and is going off. And with the score of Boston 2, Hartford 1, Bruins hockey will continue in a moment.
Dixieland in the morning on WPLM FM.
Sunshine for much of the day today.
Boston beat New York 2-0.
Every midday on WPLM FM 99.1.
You're going to be hitting delays if you're heading from Boston to the Cape.
WPLM's nighttime sound. The radio voice from America's hometown.
Turk, I wonder if you've used this trick. The guy sticks the stick in, you grab it under the armpit and go down spinning.
Oh, yeah, that was not a penalty. That was just, you got the contact, you got the hook under your arm, you know it's there, you're not going anywhere. Take a fall down. And Newell went for it.
Everson is at center. He scored a power play goal. Turgeon on the right, Gavin on the left. Turgeon, a left-hand shot at right wing, trying to drop it in. It's stopped by Larson, and he wheels it out. And Gradin in a race. Gradin gets it in deep. Checked by Dave Babbage and broken out. Gradin forechecking. That speed is so helpful on so many occasions. He's coming back now as Francis rushes. Francis over the line, going deep. He's the point man. Poked it in, and it's knocked away. Right in front as Turgeon was anchored right there. Pass in front now for Everson. Checked to the boards. Fought for. Middleton has lost his stick. Larson able to clear it out. Middleton able to regain the stick. 1:15 left. Hartford power play. They have a power play goal. Dave Babbage over the line. Able to clear it in, and Peterson trying to clear it out. Lost it for Turgeon. Turgeon moving in and can't get the shot away. Larson got back on him. Peterson failed to clear. Almost costly. Everson for Turgeon. Shot, save, Ranford. Everson with it behind the net. Passes in front. Dave Babbage wraps it back in. Blocked in front by Peterson. Can't clear it out of the zone. Everson. Francis. Shot blocked. Casper breaks it out. Middleton blocked the shot. Casper takes his time. Now rags the puck at center ice. Back in the Boston end. And drops it in the Whalers zone. 30 seconds left. Casper stays out with Johnston. Anderson floating up at the Boston line as Francis now starts it out. Anderson moving back with him. Francis in for Ferraro. Ferraro checked by Bork. Wrapped around the boards. Casper trying to poke it out. Does. Maybe a breakaway. Casper with Johnston. Over the line. Back for Johnston. The shot very wide. Couldn't put it on net. And a penalty coming up. Milbury was spilled by Dave Babbage. And the Bruins will have a power play in 3 seconds.
Well, there's an old pro. I think Mike Milbury took your basic dive here, right? And that's part of the game to know when and when not to fall down and make the shot was made by Johnston, and Mike was in on top, but hoping he'd get it. He didn't get it, so let's do the next best thing. Let's try and draw a penalty.
I thought he was trying to get out of the way of Greg's stick.
See, now he's not interfered with, but just a little tug. Oh, good, we'll take a little dive, you know. So turnabout's fair play. Hartford got one, we got one.
Well, Dave Babbage, the man being called for a hooking. 5:03 the time of the penalty, so with just 3 seconds left on Nevin Marquardt's penalty, they'll skate 4 aside while they drop the puck, and then the Bruins will have the man advantage.
There's a couple of things on this penalty that comes through. That was a big play by Ranford. He's got great feet, but the puck did get loose, but he had you know, the options with him that it's a quick bang play, and if it hits it in, it's in. Got a break, but Ricky Middleton did a couple of great defensive things that will go unheralded, but he's so he can win a lot of games for you, Ricky.
Bruins keep it in. Back at the line, it's Bork. Bork wraps it in deep. They get the man on now. They have the power play. Tippett gets control. Clears it to the Boston end. Jarvis in pursuit of Larson. Ranford made a good play to help Larson get control. Out for McCarthy. McCarthy up center ice. Trying to work it in, can't. Larson does. Bears right in. Lets it go and scores! Reed Larson's second power play goal set up by McCarthy, and the Bruins lead 3-1.
Well, that worked nicely because it seemed the whole left side, Derek, of Hartford's penalty killing unit committed itself to Tom McCarthy, and when Tommy started to go down, it was wide open for Reed.
It was a great play. What it did was not only did it open the side up, but it ended up freezing Liut. Liut had no idea where did this guy come from. He sees the open man here. Now he's got nothing but building. And he just blows it by him. Reed's got not only a hard shot, but one of the most accurate shots. And Liut did not have time to set up to give him something and take it away. He gave him something, and Reed just blew it by him. And now it's 3-1.
I think Liut was playing for that shot to rise, but it never came more than a foot off the ground.
Yeah, if he's working on it like Fred said, then he's got it down pat, because he scored two like that tonight. So often, if you're in practice and you do work on certain aspects of your game, even kids, you work on something you're not doing well or something you do well but you're in a little bit of a slump with, the next game, it's just because your concentration was in practice, it carries over into the game and things start to work out for you.
And now Jack Evans sends out a line of Semenko left wing, Churler right wing, and Ferraro at center.
He's not telling anybody he wants to stir things up, is he?
Yeah, sounds like a heck of an offensive unit, huh? Very offensive.
Larson is 10th of the year from McCarthy at .532.
Fred, they'd better be careful, because if they do something foolish and spring Byers loose, Byers will put the puck in the net on you.
Here's Miller out against Churler, so we'll see something stir up there. Semenko taps it in. Back foot, Lyndon Byers. Around the boards from Miller. Miller trying to come out. Pokes it out. Foster going for it. Can't get it, and Churler starts back. Blocked by Larson. For Foster. Can't set up Byers. Byers now taps it in. Miller in on Samuelson. Takes a little run at him. Puck kept in by Peterson. Shot blocked by Samuelson. Churler is out. Losing it, and Byers, a break over the line. Byers, a shot, blocked. That's the second time Samuelson's done that, and he's hauled down by Miller, and here's the penalty coming on Boston. Churler gets it over the line. It'll be a power play for Hartford, and you're watching Bruins Hockey Live from Boston Garden.
Howdy. Give me a light. Bud Light.
If you just ask for a light beer, you never know what you'll get.
Give me a light. A Bud Light.
So if you want the less filling light beer with the first name and taste, don't just ask for a light beer.
Give me a light. Bud Light.
Ask for Bud Light, because everything else is just a light.
Hi. Oh. Buy your friend a beer.
And Miller, on this penalty, that was a very nice block by Samuelson. Not much else he could do. The penalty comes after Miller had already taken a punch in the face. So he ate one for the team, and now that was harmless. That was something the referee, because the lineup, the aggressive guys were out there, he was looking for something to stop it. And he just decided to give it to the first guy he picked on. However, he missed Samuelson punching Miller.
Yeah.
And Miller took it because Miller knows the game well enough to know that that goes on. Unfortunate.
Face-off is to the left of Ranford. Boston shorthanded, leading 3-1. They have 2 power play goals. And it's off for Dave Babbage, a shot blocked by Johnston. Able to clear it. 13-12 left. Second period, 3-1 Boston. 2 goals by Larson on power plays. 1 by Johnston. Everson, a power play for Hartford. Dave Babbage trying to move in. The play is blown dead. Casper was ready to move it out. What happened to a delayed call?
Yeah, I don't know, Fred. They got me, because that was obvious. Casper had garnered the puck in. He had full control over it. Why would he... he didn't lose sight of it. He was right in front of him. So, you know, easy to say up here.
Well, the Bruins will take the whistle. A chance for a breath and a line change. It's not a line. It's 2 penalty killers, Gradine and Foster, with Larson and Peterson. 7 minutes played in the second period. For Hartford, they go with Ferraro. Deneen on the right. On the left, Anderson with fourth forward, Francis. Ferraro for Babbage. Checked by Foster. Clear it. Partial breakaway. Gradine has to chase it in the corner. Trying to move right in. Gets the shot on. Beautiful rush by Gradine. He was cut off by Francis. Bruins may get some more of those chances with a fourth forward on for Hartford. Dave Babbage back, clearing in. Gradine got that on net, short side. Didn't have much room. Larson trying to wrap it out. Can't. It's blocked. Kept in. Anderson in the corner. Checked. Broken up by Peterson for Gradine. Out with Larson. Gradine elects to kill time for Foster, and he clears. 45 seconds left in the Hartford power play. 3-1 Boston as Francis trying to go in. Gets by Milbury. Checked by Bork. In the corner, fought for. Gavin digs it free. Handed it, though, to Casper. Out for Bork on the attack. 3-on-2. Offside, Johnston.
Just a little move at the line. Johnston figured, oh, Raymond's off and running. I'll go too. And just a little move at the blue line.
I think you'll see that the move looked like it was a pass move. He was at the right body weight transfer to make a pass, and he elected to hold on to it. You know? Here now, Gradine doesn't have much. Liut's not going to give him anything, and if he goes across the crease, it's, you know, Mass General time. So he tried to dump it and look for a hole, and Liut shut him off.
25 seconds left in the Hartford power play. 3-1 Boston. Samuelson drills it around the corner, and it's all the way out. Casper and Johnston for Boston. Bork and Milbury. 10 seconds. Casper checking. Gavin. Out to center ice. It's Johnston getting it. Back for Bork. And Bork kills time. And the Bruins get back at full strength. There were no threats on Ranford in that Hartford power play. Samuelson able to clear it in. Back is Bork. Around the boards. Neely starts it away with Gradine. Gradine over the line. Drops it for Courtnall. Shot. Save. Rebound. Save as Neely tried to stuff it on Liut, and they go after Neely.
Well, that was a matter of time.
That English, you can lip read. I think anyone can lip read. Be careful there, Cam.
Fine play.
Yeah, that's what he said. Fine play.
With the score, Boston 3, Hartford 1. Bruins hockey will continue in a moment.
Inventory clearance.
Timing is everything, and the time is right now at your New England Nissan dealer. With so many 87s in stock, we're having a huge inventory clearance sale on great-looking cars. Or rugged trucks. Or no-nonsense Nissan. Right, boy? Great commercials, no. Great deals, yes.
We're your New England Nissan men. Yes, we can. Yes.
Well, one half of Hartford's Twin Towers now residing in the box along with Cam Neely, and Neely picks up an extra 2. How do you figure that?
I don't know. What it was is he got cross-checked from behind. He tried to stuff it in. So, he can't come up with a second effort, but, you know, it was pretty well a dead play. He gets chopped from behind, and that's what Courtnall should be doing. Now he turns a little bit, gets popped. Now, unnecessary at that point. It was frozen. Well, Cam throws the first punch. That'll be the first penalty. Well,
Mirza didn't do much after that, so...
Who'd want to? You know?
I mean, I'm not going to say poor little Bruins, but, I mean, they have a 3-1 lead, and Miller gets popped in the chops, no call, and he pushes the guy down, gets called. Now he gets decked in the slot, gets up, and takes exception to it, and picks up an extra 2. I mean, Hartford's has its chances right now to get back. I would say it's now or never tonight for the Whalers.
They don't put the Bruins away here. Hartford's going to have a long uphill climb because they're flat. They're not playing well. They're expecting the Bruins to hit them, and I like to think that they're waiting for that aggression that the Bruins don't have to use at this point. They could do a little more skating.
Neely gets 2 for fighting and 2 for roughing. Merzen 2 for roughing. And Gradin gets the draw, plays it back to Larson. He gets a shot on Liut. Ooh. That would have been a hat trick to remember. Out comes Turgeon, chased by Foster. Taps it in the zone. Peterson trying to clear it out. Can't. Kept in by Francis. He falls on it. Knocks it in deep. Peterson, knowing this would be a hand pass,
Very
let it go.
heads-up play, Fred. Very heads-up play on Peterson's part. Killed 3, 4, 5 seconds. That's exactly what he should have done.
Love
the hand
watching
pass
him.
comes outside the blue line, so everything was in the Bruins' benefit there.
Like watching a flower bloom in slow motion. He just keeps getting better and better. He's
the defensive, the real defensive part. I know Bork carries all the offense and defense, so exceptional. We expect that of him. But you got 7th player votes there with Peterson. That's it. What are you going to do?
And the Bruins, Casper gets the draw to Bork. Chased by Everson. And he clears it. 10:20 left in the second period. 3-1 Boston. 2 goals by Reed Larson on 2 power plays. And Francis breaks it out. Wraps it around the boards. Bruins tip it right out. And racing for it, Johnston and Gavin. Johnston into the corner to the backboards, and Francis back to get it. Kevin Dineen was taken to the locker room, and we'll try and get a report on what happened to him. And of course, he's a big part when you're talking about Hart in Hartford. It'd be out there in the power play. Bruins battle to move it out of the zone, but it's kept in by Anderson. Anderson gets it off to Turgeon. Dave Babbage for Turgeon. In for Anderson, in front. Everson couldn't get it, but Samuelson does to keep it in. In deep now for Everson, who has the power play goal. Shot, save, Ranford picked off the rebound with a quick glove. 22 seconds left. That's the first shot Hartford's had in 2 power plays.
They're killing it very effectively. They're moving, they're taking the man well. At that power play, they had Milbury running around a little bit, and they ended up with a shot. You got to bear down on that body when you're killing penalties. And the point men are effectively shutting off Hartford's points, which they didn't do in the first one.
Ferraro out with Semenko and Anderson. Samuelson and Dave Babbage face off to the left of Ranford. Gradin to Larson, wrapped up by Ranford. Gradin able to clear it. Boy, Gradin has been winning faceoffs, killing penalties magnificently, and playing a good all-round game for Boston. He forechecks. That Samuelson starts it out. Gets it away to Semenko. Semenko can't get it. Ranford does. Knocked away. Foster lets it go, but it's not out, and it's kept in. Dave Babbage. The shot blocked. 2 men dove for that. Peterson and Foster. And Gradin has it. Full strength Boston. At center ice, it deflects back to Peterson. Peterson clears it out. Knocked back in, covered by Larson. Reed has 2 goals. Up for Simmer. Break here. Over the line. In for Foster. High pass. Chases it to the corner. Gets it to Gradin. Hartford, 2 power plays in a row, could do little or nothing on them. Simmer gets it to Foster. Foster trying to make the play across for Larson. Larson checked by Anderson. Kept in by Gradin. For Simmer. For Foster. Broken up in front. And out comes Ferraro. Ferraro shifting, trying to move it in, and it's stopped by Simonetti. Simonetti, and the Bruins work it out. Here comes Middleton, all alone. Drops it now. McCarthy, a shot. Scores! Tom McCarthy set up on a drop pass by Rick Middleton. Makes it 4-1 Boston.
Well, the Bruins timed it just right. They were in the middle of a line change, and McCarthy was just coming off the bench at the blue line. Middleton caught it out of the corner of his eye as he brought it into the zone, and knew Tommy would not have anyone covering him. Beautiful drop pass and a beautiful finish.
I know, Middleton did. At the corner of his eye, knew somebody was coming off the bench, didn't know who it was. And when I was in McCarthy's shoes, seeing that happening, please notice me. You jump off the boards, you have nothing but time. McCarthy made no mistake, just drilled it home. But Fred, like you said, they're going to get, you know, the short side goals on Liut if he's not watching what he's doing. So, it happens, boy. I'll tell you, the goaltender plays so well one night, they put everything back on his shoulders the next night. Tough thing to do. I thought they should have come back with weeks, like you said, Fred.
We'll be talking to Tom McCarthy between periods 2 and 3.
Tippett now breaks it out, trying to set up McDermott. Goes all the way wide of Ranford, trying to clear it out. Stop Cote, a shot and a kick-out save by Ranford. 55-footer. Byers clears it in. Back is Cote. Around the boards, Byers has it. Puts it in front, but it's intercepted by Jarvis. Around the boards, Simonetti fails to keep it in. Back to cover is Tallene. 7:18 left in the second period, 4-1 Boston. Bruins Byers coming back, and he lost it to Kleinendorst. Simonetti hand passes it over the Hartford line. The Whalers get it, work it out, and Cote rushes. Cote broken up by Bork. Winding up McCarthy. Forced back by Everson. Tallene, a quick clear out. Liut forced to play it. 4-1 Boston. Merzen checked by Simmer. Broken up. McCarthy trying to put it in front. McCarthy fighting for it in the corner. And it is cleared away by Everson. Ray Bork winding up. Middleton looking for Simmer. Doesn't connect. John Anderson right back. Anderson trying to work it in for Merzen. Merzen in deep, scores! Merzen fires it home to make it 4-2.
Boy, that's a big goal for Hartford. Down 4-1, Bruins seemingly in total control. Can't relax for a minute, which the Bruins did. Hartford brings it in, and Merzen with a whistling shot through a crowd.
I don't know if it whistled, but Ranford gave a little bit up on the short side. He got jousted a little bit there, and when you lose sight of the player, all you can do is stand your ground. And then when Mercer went a little wide, he just got the open side. Took the pass out of the air to begin with, but he shouldn't score a goal from there.
Well, 2-goal game again. Merzen at 13:42. By all means, don't turn down the covers and get ready for bed just yet.
Gee, that sounds good.
Francis is out with Anderson and Deneen. Deneen back in action now. Gone to the dressing room. Must have been a skate problem. At center ice, Bork breaks it up. Ladasura broken up, and here's Marquardt to break with Johnston. 2-on-1. Oh, awful pass by Nevin. He led him by about 10 yards. Never worked. Over the line, Anderson ruled offside. Bork got a piece of it.
Johnson's fast, but not that fast, Nevin. Calm down now.
With the score, Boston 4, Hartford 2. Bruins hockey will continue in a moment.
This is the Northeast Edition Escort with a 5-speed manual transmission. And this is what you get when you buy one now. Power steering, electric remote control mirrors, interval wipers, and at no charge, AM/FM stereo, rear window defroster, tinted glass, and more. You save $702. $702. And they said you couldn't improve the best-selling car in the world? Man, were they ever wrong.
Ricky Middleton, that's his 500th NHL assist.
Pretty assist.
Knightford, it's a whole Knightford milestones, isn't it?
Yeah, Larson 200th goal and Middleton 500th assist.
He'd trade 100 of them for the one you got on Orr's goal.
Ah, yes.
Larson in a race. Ranford plays it, so no icing. In the center ice, Neely pokes it over the line. Trying to cut in front. Ladasura broke it up. Courtnall would have been wide open on that one. Ferraro coming back. Stopped by Courtnall. Courtnall over the line for Gradin. Trying to cut in. In front. Scores! Thomas Gradin in on the right side. And he cut in this time for a forehand shot that beat Liut to make it 5-2.
There is no substitute for speed. And we've been saying it over and over again. This little guy has been flying, and it was his speed that made the play. Good effort on the part of Neely and Courtnall right along the blue line, but Gradin comes out of nowhere and is out to the races.
Play on the blue line. Gradin has the presence to reach back. Right here now. Courtnall punches it through his skates. Gradin reaches back and dragged it with him. He had this opportunity earlier, and Samuelson was coming at him. They took that openness away from him. He was trying to open up Liut with that play the first time. When he punches it right there and keeps it in, he cuts in and finds a little hole. And if you have the ability to come in front of the net like this, you can move the goaltender off his stick and just jumped up over his leg. Liut's not sharp. If I were Tex Evans, I'd give him the hook right now.
Bruins with 3 goals in this period, leading 5-2. And they're forechecking. Johnston, Casper, Marquardt. Puck cleared out, knocked down by Simonetti, and wrapped right back in, but Casper is offside. The goals in this period by Boston: Larson from McCarthy, a power play at 5:32. Larson's second of the night. McCarthy from Middleton and Simonetti at 12:05 to make it 4-1. 13:42 Merzen from Anderson and Samuelson to make it 4-2, and then Gradin from Courtnall and Neely at 14:45 to make it now 5-2 for Boston.
Well, this line got it going early on. The checking line ended up being the scoring line. They got the Bruins on the board and gave them the idea that, hey, Liut isn't totally unbeatable.
He's good, but not unbeatable.
In deep, Anderson checks. Johnston trying to move it out. Has control. Now starts back and forced to flip it out of the zone.
Nice little play there by Johnson, Fred. Tucked it back in the corner, dumped it out.
Good puck control in traffic.
Yeah, smart.
A pass to Dineen is offside.
You know what they don't use, Fred, very often? It's there's no limit to the roof here. I mean, you can dump it out like that all night long. Detroit uses it very effectively. Hartford's been doing it tonight. If when in doubt, shoot it out, but high. Get it up in the air. Dump it into center ice.
You wonder about Mike Liut 2 nights in a row. I don't want to be leading the anti-Liut thing, but you go to playoffs, you depend on Liut. Tremendous goaltender. Here he is 2 nights in a row. Nowhere near the way he was last night.
He doesn't have it. Pull him. He could have kept you in the game, but you saw early. He had signs early that he wasn't going to play that well.
You mean the team up front?
Yeah, and to put your best goaltender in an effort like that, maybe they'll regroup around Weeks. I would have put Weeks in myself. Only after having listened to you, Fred.
The old second guesser.
Yeah, why not? Oh, sure, pick on me,
save.
Fred. Isn't he on me, Dave? Oh, sure.
A big save by Ranford, and racing for it now, Simmer, but Dana Merzen has it. Fires it right out. Turgeon, wing to wing to Gavin. Gavin, a shot, missed short side. The rebound. McCarthy able to get it over to Simmer, and Simmer clears it out. Samuelson, beautiful play, gets it over the line, but it is offside. He put himself offside.
Boy, some nice stick work by old Samuelson.
That's hard to put yourself offside, though.
Right now, let's go back to the studio. Tom Larson, this NHL update.
Thank you, David. Tonight we're following the Islanders-Caps game down on Long Island. This update is brought to you by Budweiser. It was 2-1 Caps into the first period. Here, though, the Islanders tie it. Brent Sutter's shot looks like it was tipped in front, was not. This ties the game at 2-2. The goal at 3 minutes of the second period. It's tied at Long Island. David?
Of course, where were you when Jack Evans was looking for suggestions prior to the game?
Oh, yeah, now both of you. That's all I need. No, what I was saying, Fred, I tried to endorse Fred, what he said, but I think Liut's going to have a bad night tonight. I said, oh, geez, I don't know. He's a good goaltender, but I didn't expect Hartford to come out this flat.
And you started looking to me for a life raft.
Yeah, that's like throw me an anchor. Who are you kidding?
Samuelson with it. Now Evanson pass up, blocked, kept in now by Churler, broken up, and Dineen. Gradin for Cork, clearing in. Courtnall in the corner, battling to keep it in. 3 Bruins in deep, and that shouldn't be. Keep one back. They're ahead 5-2. Semenko trying to break over the line. Broken up by Bork. Neely back. A threat with Gradin. Back for Neely. Into the corner deep. In to get it, Courtnall. Neely checked by Ferraro. Gradin helps out. He's everywhere. And it rolls back to Bork. Bork plays it in deep. Murzin trying to come out. Checked. Semenko can't move it out. Bork stopped it. Now Samuelson sweeps it out, but right on the stick of Ray Bork. Boston back. Courtnall with it over the line. His pass stopped by Ferraro. He didn't look. Back comes Churla. Oh, they give him a big mock cheer. He fell down with nobody near him.
It's a great shift. Shifted himself, unfortunately.
I think he tripped over the blue line.
He's trying hard now. Come on, we can't get on him that bad.
Oh, listen to him.
Ah, well. You guys are tough, I'll tell you.
Foster breaks it out. 3-on-2. Over the line with Miller. He's broken up by Dave Babbage. Right back comes Anderson. He's a speedster trying to go in, ridden off by Larson. Dineen trying to keep it in. Does. Dineen in front for Francis. For Anderson. Doesn't get in front. Miller checked. Puck tied up at the back of the net. And Dineen and Miller start to jam. For Boston, they had Miller, Foster, and Byers out there against the big line for Hartford. And that's a bit of a test, and there was pressure, but they didn't get a shot on Ranford.
That's the thing. You gotta give your your makeshift lines in once in a while a pressure situation. They've got to learn to play this game. O'Reilly's handling his lines real well. He's giving the guys a chance of doing something during the game when at the time it's crucial. In the end result, that's a confidence builder that you went out and you did the job. Should you run into a rash of injuries, you have these guys who've had a little bit, of an education out there playing in tighter situations. Their job was at that point to just shut down that line, and they did a great job.
2:05 left in the second period. 5-2 Boston. 2 goals, both on power plays by Reed Larson. In the Boston end, back for it is Pauline, able to clear it out. Other scorers by McCarthy, by Gradin. Bruins pressed to keep it in. It is knocked away. Back for it, Tulane. For Simonetti, an offside pass. 1:48 left. The faceoff call just inside the Boston line. On Saturday afternoon, it could be, we're not sure yet. You haven't had the reports. Mario Lemieux, the great star of the Pittsburgh Penguins, has been injured, but I saw one report that he might return to action on a somewhat limited basis on Saturday afternoon. That would be against the Bruins.
Pittsburgh could be in serious trouble without Lemieux. They'll have to play a dump-it-out style, sit on it, wait for a break.
Right now, Everson clears it in. Bork there. Up the center, all the way down to Liute. A little bit of a mock cheer. Liute beaten on 2 short side shots. Middleton trying to poke it up, can't. Back comes Everson. Stopped by Rick Middleton. Middleton, beautiful pass to McCarthy. Coming on Cote, back for Simmer, shot. Blocked by Liute, tried the short side. Around the board, Stuart Gavin with it. 1 minute left, second period. 5-2, Boston. Everson trying to clear it out. It is stopped by Simmer. His pass blocked in front. And away comes Gavin. Long shot and a save, Ranford. Milbury with Dineen chasing him. Now to Larson. Larson away to center ice to Johnston, who got the first Boston score. In deep, it is Marquardt in pursuit of Samuelson. Can't quite reach him. Around the boards, John Anderson breaks it out with Dineen. Trailer, Francis. Shot, save, Ranford. Clears it. Behind the net, fought for. Dug out for Johnston. For Marquardt, he plays it to center ice. Steal by Johnston. Johnston trying to beat Murzin. Going deep. And his shot misfires behind the net. Marquardt, oh, what a hit. He ran at Samuelson, who took it. Samuelson's a big, tough guy, and he's taken all of those hits they can handle, and he plays well. He and Merzen, the best combination on defense, and Marquardt hit him with everything.
Well, Fred, he did hit him. With all 175 pounds, he hit him. But Samuelson saw it. He'd been looking for him for a while. Eventually, you want to play this game tough, you're going to be put in that spot. He kind of forearm shiver there, which kind of broke the fall a little bit, or Nevin Reedy would have got him. He saw it coming, and he protected himself against it. But Nevin's game, he's a tough little competitor. And if you upset him, look for him, because he's going to come and look for you.
And he did it with 5 seconds left in the second period, and that's what, of course, Terry O'Reilly and John Cuniff want, that continuing forechecking and hitting. And that's it, a productive period for Boston.
A goal-scoring period for a change. It's nice to see.
Well, that Larson shot, short side. The McCarthy one, short side. Gradine cutting right in front, just stuffed it home.
Stuffed it back in. It ended up in the short side where he came from. And I'd like to argue with you, Fred, on whether McCarthy's goal was short side. That slapper, I think, was wide. Either between his legs or the far side.
Okay.
All right.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, good. Because we got to have once in a while, a little tete-a-tete here, a little argument once in a while, Fred. Keeps things alive.
Boston, only 7 shots. And Hartford, 8 shots.
Well, that attests to the goaltending is a little soft in Hartford, so.
Boston, 21 shots, and Hartford, 16 over 2 periods. And that's an amazing stat to see that Boston had only 7 and Hartford just 8 in that second period. After 2 periods of play, the score, Boston 5 and Hartford 2. Coming up on Nesson, a live interview with Bruins center Tom McCarthy, who has a goal and 2 assists tonight. Tom Larson has news about what's going on in the National Hockey League tonight. That and more after this message.
Isn't it funny how a guy can be so great one night, like Mike Liut was in the Hartford goal last night, and then same fella in the same position the next night, and he is eminently beatable. It's the way it is. Dave Shea back at Boston Garden with his intermission guest, Bruin forward Tom McCarthy. So back to David now. We're at the end of 2 periods, and the Bruins lead the Whalers 5-2. David?
All right, Tom, thank you. Tom, before we get into the interview part, why don't you just say hello to Mom right now?
Hi, Mom and Dad, back in Minnesota. Good to see you, or see me.
I got to enjoy watching you tonight. A goal and 2 assists. You guys finally have figured out Mike Liut. Was it a matter of getting him back into the Garden?
Yeah, I think so. One thing with Mike, knowing playing against him against St. Louis when he was there for many years, if you allow Mike to build his confidence early in the game, he is very difficult to beat. And tonight, I think getting a couple goals in the first period really helped us get him questioning his angles, because he's usually very good in his angles. Besides that, he has great size. So I think early jumping on him really might have blew his confidence, and hopefully we can keep peppering him.
All right, it's easy to sit upstairs and, as we did last night, and watch and say, well, you didn't make Liut move much. But did you guys talk about trying to pick the corners a little bit more tonight?
Definitely. We talked about shooting the puck more at the net, and we talked about driving to the net for rebounds and storming the net and trying to get in front of him. He's such a big guy. If you don't create a lot of havoc in front of him, he can look around you or look underneath you, over top you even, and still see the puck coming. So it's very vital for us to try to jam the front of the net. And I think on Reed's goals, Charlie was right there, stood right beside the doorstep like he usually is, old cheating Charlie. He's ready to jam in those little chip shots, in which he's very good at, probably the best in the league. And so it was vital that we got on Mike early tonight, and so far it's worked out in our favor.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if Charlie slammed his stick because he didn't put his stick on Reed's first goal, or if he was happy that Reed got it through.
Yeah, I don't know. Charlie seems to find a way to get in there and get some part of his body on it, and that's to his credit for sure.
Nice play by Rick Middleton. Yeah, you're part of history. Nifty's 500th assist, and you're the guy coming off the bench at the right time.
Yeah, Thomas Gradine made the change, and I just stepped on the ice. I give Ricky a quick holler saying, I'm right behind you, Rick, and he dropped it to me. I started to fall forward like I was going to lose my balance here, and managed to get the puck on the ice between Mike's legs, and I had 4 steps on the ice. We scored a goal, and it was time to change.
You know, you had, 39 goals a few years ago, even on a season where you played only 66 games and then injuries set in. You have 19 now. Do you feel that you still haven't gotten on track to the point where you're saying, boy, now I'm Tom McCarthy, I'm really cooking now?
Well, there's always room for improvement in the game, and one thing I've been trying to work on my game since I moved to Boston is to shoot the puck a lot more, especially from the blue line in. There isn't really a lot of room, and I think the greatest example was Phil Esposito when he played here. Every time he got the puck, he shot it on the net, and I think with that example in mind, I have to learn to shoot the puck a lot more. It's been a fault of my game, and I think last night in Hartford, if I would have shot the puck a couple more times, not that it might have gone in, but the rebound might have been there, and I neglect to shoot the puck a lot, and it's one part of my game I'm working on.
Well, better to shoot than receive, huh?
Very true.
Tommy, thanks a lot.
Thank you, David.
Tom McCarthy, our guest. Let's go back to Tom.
David, some guests appearing on Boston Bruins hockey receive a gift certificate from Helbros, the new tradition in time. See Helbros quartz watches at leading stores and catalog showrooms. Bruins and Whalers through 2 periods at the Garden tonight. 5-2, Bruins. Now, I got a lot of hockey action coming up here on Nesson Hockey East. Here's a preview. This weekend, if it's college hockey you want, then Nesson is the place to be. All weekend long, Nesson will bring you live, exclusive coverage of some of the best teams in college hockey as the WCHA takes a trip to New England. It's all going to get started tomorrow night when Doug Moog's Minnesota Golden Gophers invade Walter Brown Arena to take on the BU Terriers. Now, the Gophers recently enjoyed all of 24 hours atop the WCHA before they lost 3 in a row, and now they want to make up that lost ground. But it won't be an easy task. With leading scorer Dave Snuggerud on the shelf with a separated shoulder, the Gophers should get quite a battle from Jackie Parker's club. Now, BU's coming off a 2-game set with the Huskies of Northeastern in which they picked up 3 out of a possible 4 points. Tomorrow night at 7:30 is when the puck is dropped, so don't be late if you want to see 2 of the most talent-laden teams in college hockey. Saturday night, things will remain heated between the blue lines as Nesson brings you to Schneider Arena to watch the Providence Friars host the Wisconsin Badgers. Jeff Sauer's Badgers are one of the hottest teams in hockey at the moment. They've won 5 out of their last 6 and hope to improve on that mark against the Friars. Led by All-American candidates Tony Granito and Mike Richter, the Badgers will prove anything but cordial guests. But the Friars should be prepared. Mike McShane's team's been rested for almost 2 weeks. And Gord Cruikshank hopes to lead a crop of fine freshman skaters closer to the final home playoff spot in Hockey East. Game time tomorrow at 7:30. Now, the Nesson Ice will hardly have time to cool before we're back with a Sunday matinee game featuring the Northeastern Huskies and the North Dakota Fighting Sioux. The Sioux are back on top the WCHA after sweeping Minnesota last weekend, and it's a safe notion the Tribe like first place a whole lot better than second. The Huskies, in the meantime, have been plagued by a series of injuries that have left their defense decimated. But with All-American candidate Bruce Racine between the pipes, any lead the Huskies get could be enough. So 3 great games, all live and exclusive on Nesson. BU, Minnesota, tomorrow at 7:30. Providence, Wisconsin, Saturday at 7:30. And Northeastern North Dakota, Sunday afternoon at 1. If it's college hockey you want, it's college hockey you've got this weekend on Nesson. And next tonight on Bruins Hockey on Nesson, look at the action highlights from that second period. After 2, the Bruins lead the Whalers 5-2. One lead into the second period tonight. They survived an early Hartford power play, then got a man advantage of their own and used it to run the lead to 3-1 Boston. Hartford's Dave Babbage was the offender on that power play. It was Reed Larson with a goal, his second of the night.
McCarthy up center ice, trying to work it in, can't. Larson does, bears right in, lets it go and scores! Reed Larson's second power play goal set up by McCarthy, and the Bruins lead 3-1.
Now, Larson's goal in the first period was the 200th of his career. This one got him on his way to 300 and a 3-1 Bruins lead, and 2 of the 3 Boston goals power plays. Now, watch this one. Watch the pass from Rick Middleton.
Work it out. Here comes Middleton. All alone. Drops it now. McCarthy, a shot. Scores! Tom McCarthy set up on a drop pass by Rick Middleton. Makes it 4-1 Boston.
Yeah, this is pretty. Nice, too, that it padded the Boston lead to a more comfortable 4-1. Look at the fake of the slap shot, the drop pass by Middleton, the McCarthy goal. Gotta love it. But Hartford got that one back pretty quickly. Dana Merzen scores for the Whalers. Back to just a 2-goal lead for the Bruins, but Mike Liut tonight is not the Mike Liut they saw last night.
Putting all over the line for Gradin, trying to cut in front. Scores! Thomas Gradin in on the right wing side. And he cut in this time for a forehand shot that beat Liut to make it 5-2.
The Bruins now have given the Whalers a tough task in the third period, piling up a 3-goal lead by a score of 5-2, and that's where it is through 2 periods. Bruins 5, the Whalers 2. Now for some of their perspective on the first 2 periods, Fred Cusick and Derek Sanderson back at the Garden.
Boston leads 5-2. Derek, you were right. That shot of McCarthy's went between the pads. I said short side. As usual, you were right.
Well, it looked like Liut plays that way. He tries to shut the corners off. He'll give you that hole between his legs and challenge you, then shut it off. This time the shot just beat him. He just was a little off balance because of the wind-up McCarthy made, and like Tommy said, he's kind of staggered a little bit, and that threw Liut off, and he's not sharp at all tonight, Fred.
Well, a fine rush by Thomas Gradin as he moved in from the right wing side, and that made Boston in front by a score of 5-2.
Here's the play. It's a little dump pass. Nobody's going to be there. Cordnall reaches, knocks it down. Now it's going to bounce out over the blue line. Gradin picks it up, comes in. There's a whole open ice in front of him. Liut knows that. He knows he's going to go across, and it's hit his stick, and it just jumped up over his leg. Unfortunate. Like I said, Liut's just not sharp.
Would you fault Liut or the Hartford team in their maybe lack of intensity tonight?
Both. They are playing kind of flat. I think they're basically intimidated, Fred. I don't like to see too many hockey clubs that would be intimidated, but in this case, I think Hartford is just looking to get muscled, and they're not being muscled. They're being outplayed, and Liut is just not up for this. He's just not himself.
Okay, Boston in front, 5-2. The third period coming up. Here's Tom.
All right, Fred, in a moment here on Nesson, we'll run through all the other scores on the schedule tonight in the National Hockey League when Bruins hockey continues here on your New England Sports Network. All right, first period for the Bruins tonight, Johnston at 1:08. We look at the second period scoring. It was Reed Larson who had scored back in the first period with his second of the night, 10th of the year. McCarthy the assist to make it 3-1 Bruins. Their first 3-goal lead of the night, McCarthy at 12:05, number 19 of the season, pretty pass from Middleton. Then it was Merzen for Hartford to cut the lead down to 2, and then it was Gradin again reestablishing that 3-goal lead, and that's where we are. Third period action coming up, 5-2 Bruins. Back to Boston Garden, Fred, Dave, and Derek.
And here we go, Dave. What do you think?
We've got a face-off at center ice. Boston leads 5-2. Kasper's out with Marquardt and Johnston. And Derek, the Bruins simply have to play this, just 2 men in and keep one back, and just don't let any scoring opportunities there.
At this point, Fred, I wouldn't sit on at this point. Don't do that until maybe the 10-minute mark of the third period. Then you look to, play safe and comfortable. Take it to Hartford, continue to do so, and you'll be a lot better off.
Puck is cleared out by Bork. And a fight. Marquardt ready to go with Samuelson.
Well, Ron Francis, the peacemaker, stepped in between the two, and
well, what you got to realize about this, both of them wanted to fight.
Right.
You see them too far apart, a yard or so, 4 feet apart, and you fake like you're going to go in. The man in hockey, because of balance, as a rule, the man who goes in will lose the fight. Neely is the only exception I've seen to that rule. He'll go in at you and grab you and beat you up. But most players joust about, and that yard is no man's land.
But a slash. That's got to be called. That's what started it. And I know Newell saw it.
Well, the spear in the thigh didn't help either. That's what he slashed him for. But this going in, Nevin tries to go in there. But, see, Samuelson's ready for him, and he's a bigger man. You got to be a little careful. It's embarrassing when it ends up a dance, but you're not looking to get beat up either.
Well, they both get slashing penalties. 12 seconds into the period. Ulf has seen enough of Nevin now that if he sees any more of them, he'll think they're related.
Yeah, but see, like I said, the little spear in the thigh, Dave, and then that was a slash. Like, what are you doing? And so, referee jumped right on it, but Nevin was to blame as well.
I don't know how I
Good call.
missed that spear.
I don't know.
Not like me to.
Not like you to miss the cheap stuff. What do we got here?
A little debris on the ice.
Little water on the ice.
The ever-efficient Boston Bull Gang.
There they are.
One of the greatest bunch of guys in any building could possibly be the guys that work here. They're a super bunch of guys and a good crew. Much the same, you see the Red Sox get all the credit for their ground crew. The Bull Gang in the Boston Garden is also very, very efficient. You should see them put the Celtics floor down.
Oh, boy, they do that in no time flat.
And they got great ice here, and it takes a lot of hard work to get this ice the texture you wanted. They experimented with us during the years, and the same crew is still there. There's a nice check. That's hockey. That's what it's all about.
That's Marquardt and Samuelson again.
Yeah, well, you know, they don't like each other, that's for sure.
Bork a shot deflected wide of Liut. Anderson trying to clear, stopped by Milbury. In deep. Bounces around the boards. Kept in by Casper, Foster. And now it is Francis broken up. Casper trying to set up Foster in front. Can't. Foster centers it. It's back for Milbury. Milbury back in deep. Bruins press. Ladouceur, quiet from Detroit, trying to work it out. Checked by Casper. Gets it away to Anderson. Anderson over the line with that speed. Gets it to Francis. Right in front, a shot and a save, and Bruins can't allow that. Francis directly in front, 25 feet. Foster over the line. Drop pass Bork. Shot. Scores! Ray Bork had it in the net before Liut was ready to make it 6-2.
He's just not sharp, Fred. What I'd like to say about that, you said to sit on the game, take two in, you know, two back, and be careful and sit on. You get cautious like that. Ranford got the Deneen all alone in front. Ranford didn't see it. The Bruins got a break. Now it comes down here, and Liut's just not sharp. Bang, there you go again. See, he gives you those spots. It challenges you to hit them. An angle goaltender like Liut, when he gives it to you and you hit the spot, he's going to look terrible. Most of the time, percentages are with a goaltender like Liut, and he looks great.
Well, the game could be turned around if Francis scored and Bork didn't.
That's it. You're looking at 5-3 instead of 6-2, and now it's a real battle. This could be the time to be if you're one in and two back.
Larson able to clear it out. Off the stick of Courtnall, he goes with Cote into the corner, drops it for Gradine. A shot, a save, the rebound. Larson hat-trick bid, and he misfired. Puck cleared away. Up for McDermott. McDermott clears it in wide. Wrapped around the boards. Kleinendorf's kept it in. Swept away by Larson. Overskated. And Cote blazed one that missed. Gradine works it away to Neely. Neely outskates Jarvis. Is tripped. Back up. Could be a penalty shot. Penalty shot here would really be an exciting thing. He was clearly in, and he was tripped by Jarvis.
They should call it. They should call that penalty shot more often, Fred, when Neely was in cold there. But any time you are semi-abreast of the player...
Yeah, but he wasn't. He wasn't.
Not going to call
Let's watch it.
That's why I said semi-abreast. I mean, he's within body reach of him. I would call it more often, you know, but at this point he hasn't got him beat. He still doesn't have him beat. He's abreast of him. He dives and dumps him. Another step, he would have been clearly in front of him. But they don't call that penalty shot enough. I think that's one of the greatest things in pro sports.
That's the most exciting play in hockey.
6-2 in a minute, you know, that'll bring you back. Worth the price of admission.
Well, just a plain old power play, Derek. No penalty shot.
Yeah, normal run-of-the-mill.
Bruins had 2 power play goals. McCarthy back to Bork. Up for Middleton. For Bork on a good move. Bork cutting in. Trying to get in front. Does a backhander. Blocked. Liut fights for it and able to cover it up. And Bork didn't get much on the backhand, and he would cut right in.
He might have been looking to make a play rather than he second-guessed himself, then decided to shoot late. Because Ray's got an awful good backhand. He's got awful good puck control. Might have changed his mind in the traffic there.
Tom McCarthy standing by the doorstep. What a beautiful drop pass that is from Middleton.
Ricky Middleton can win your hockey game in so many different ways. Like we said before, he's not going to get the 50 goals anymore. But I tell you, he's a real National Leaguer and a real good pro.
Around the boards, Larson trying to keep it in. Can't. Tippett knocked it out. Back is Bork. He cleared it. And it's going to be icing. Nobody over on the Bruins left wing on that clear, and 1:32 left on the Boston power play, 17:48 left in the third period. Boston leads 6-2. That last goal was scored by Bork from Foster and Milbury 1 minute into the third period.
For Raymond, his 13th of the season. He has now increased his team's scoring leadership. He also has an assist tonight, and for Bork, that's 47 points.
Might have 2 assists.
Just one.
That's why I'm not an official scorer.
Oh, we can give him another one.
I give him
if you
another.
like.
Give Ray another one.
Find it. McCarthy, only one assist on Larson's second goal. So, I mean, there's room for another assist. You want to give it to Bork?
Has a reputation for being the stingiest with assists of anybody. In Edmonton, they give them away.
Samuelson a shot, Ranford the save, and Larson back for Neely. Neely bounced it over the line. It's knocked away by Everson. Everson moves it in the Boston end. Back is Ray Bork. Bork in the center ice. As of right now, I believe Bork leads all defensemen in scoring. His challenge was McInnes of Calgary. And Fredin digs it free. Shovels it for Larson. Larson holding. Back to Bork. Trying to move it in. He's checked by Tippett and a face-off call.
Fred, you're right. Bork now with 47 points, and if we look at the scoring leaders around the league, there is no defenseman with 48. All we have here is the top 15, all forwards, and Ray Bork at 47, just outside of that list they include every night in the Art roster.
I was in the top 10 in scoring one time.
No kidding.
Second game of the year.
You know what they ought to do is they ought to give Gretzky the Art Ross and come up with a different trophy for second place.
That's what they said about Orr and the Norris.
Ray Bork and Larson trading passes, and they're checked tightly. Larson now moves it in deep. Samuelson broke it up, can't clear it. Larson keeps it in. He's moved up to the corner, trying to make a play out of the corner, and he can play like a forward in deep. Zimmer, a good shift, moves it in the corner, is checked on the play. McCarthy trying to keep it in, and it's kicked away by Tippett. Back goes Bork ahead of Tippett. Gets it around the Zimmer. Tippett breaks that play up in the Boston zone. 6-2 Boston. The penalty is just about up. Tippett jamming it up, and now the penalty is up. Out comes McCarthy. Away to Larson. Larson over the line. A hat-trick bid. A save by Liud on a long shot from the blue line. Dave Babbage right back. Trying to cut right in. Does, but his shot blocked wide by Celine. And a penalty on the Bruins. And we're in the third period with the score. Boston 6, Hartford 2. Bruins hockey will continue in a moment.
Get what you want, pay less than you thought. That's the simple concept behind this special Ranger Value Option Package. Buy a Ranger 4x2 with 5-speed manual transmission and XLT trim. Get power steering, tinted glass, 2-tone deluxe paint job. Save more than $1,300. And for no extra charge, get an AM/FM radio with built-in digital clock. Nice truck, nice deal. Nice. Nice.
Oh, Reed Larson gets caught a little bit flat-footed and leaves his feet trying to tie up Dave Babbage. Instead, he ended up tripping him, and the penalty called. So Hartford with a chance to get back to within 3 as the Bruins hold a 6-2 lead. Penalty called at 4:07.
Francis out there with Deneen and Anderson. The draw in the corner, played behind the net. Peterson up the boards. Johnston trying to poke it out, can't. Samuelson to Francis. Francis, they back off him, move into a box. He drops it for Samuelson. For Babbage, the shot blocked, and it's in the net. A shot by Babbage, deflected home as it popped in the air, and then by Ranford, and it is 6-3.
Well, Billy had a tough time corralling this one. Babbage with a hard drive, but not the kind of drive that was going to fool anyone. But let's see if he's... No, it just took his eye off it. It handcuffed him.
A goal that should not go in the net. Goaltender's got to secure himself and make those every time.
I thought somebody may have waved a stick out in front to distract him, but he saw that all the way.
It did deflect. It did at the point. It hit somebody at the point. But still, it handcuffed him, and it's that's a backbreaker if it's a close game. What's this?
Anderson over the line. He's spilled. And Johnston trying to come back. He's stopped by Dineen. Simonetti on it. Checked by Francis. Here's Anderson 2-on-1 with Dineen. The shot, the save by Ranford. Ooh, could have been a big one for Hartford right there to get right back in, but they keep the pressure on. Anderson now for Dineen. Save Ranford again. He made two.
The two big ones too, Fred.
Bruins finally work it out. Simonetti and Tallene on defense, and Hartford had two great chances. Everson is over the line. Foster spills Turgeon, trying to cut in. Up for Byers. Byers to Larson. He's able to clear it out. And Hartford has perked up, trailing 6-3. And they've got the Bruins back on their heels. Here comes Everson for Kleinendorf. Broken up by Foster. He clears it out. A break here for Byers. In alone. And he stopped. Went too deep to go to the backhand. And Liut the save on Byers on a clean break-in. With the score of Boston 6, Hartford 3. Bruins hockey will continue in a moment.
Dear, the birds have gone south. It's time we joined them.
Well, you should fit right in.
I am looking at the travel deal of the century.
Can we afford this?
I'll talk to my banker. Hello, I'd like a loan. I'm sure we can arrange that. How long will it take? How fast can you write?
With Fleetline, you've got the money. What you do with it is up to you.
Well, you sure handled that banker, honey.
Money in my hands.
Stay out in front with Fleet.
Well, the rookie might not have looked good on the goal by Dave Babbitt, but he looked very strong here. John Anderson, a hard drive and a kick out, and Ranford will follow that up with another point-blank save. Two big saves by Ranford, and then Lyndon Byers. Derek, what should he have done with this
Byers
shot?
coming in, he had the same breakaway the first time he came up, and he moved to his right, stayed on his forehand. What he did, he just shanked it. He pulled it across. He had Liut beat well enough, but he just didn't get it up.
The goal, Dave Babbage, a power play goal. The assist to Samuelson and Francis at 4:26 to make it Boston 6, Hartford 3. Larson for Courtnall. Can't handle it. Dave Babbage now for Ferraro. Oh, he's hit by Larson and Peterson. Like an open switch, right, trying to cut right through two defensemen who converged right on him.
Peterson did that well. He did what he's supposed to do. Stand up, not give him the blue line.
Over the line.
Offside.
Semenko is offside, trying to break in with Ferraro. Hartford going all out as well. They might. They're trailing 6-3. Boston had one break in cleanly by Byers, and they probably will get more.
Well, Cam Neely was in the line change. It could have very easily have headed for the bench, but he saw Churla at the head down, taking the puck out along the boards. Took an alternate route to the bench and put a pretty hard hit on Churla.
What I mean here is by not giving away the blue line, don't back up there. To stand up and take. Larson forced the play to have him cut back into Peterson, and he rose to the occasion. But there's got to be a forward coming back. You've got to have that guy coming back all the time, and those defensemen cannot do that.
Now we have Miller and Churla out there.
Well, Jay's taking a few to give a few. I've often wondered, watching guys like this line up for a face-off, you could see Churla say, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. And when Jay didn't respond, swung the stick a little bit. Finally, Miller, I guess it's a thing of honor by now.
Well, this is what they're talking about. When it's an ad-lib play, when it just happens, spontaneous, then you can see it. That's part of hockey. But this isn't. Jay Miller had no intentions of starting anything like this. This kid, Churla, Where they got him from and for what reason. He's cost them the game early with a key penalty. The Bruins have turned it around. And now Miller, he starts it now. He starts muffing off, swings his stick at him. Miller wants to play hockey. Miller's tough and he wants to play hockey. When you come in, you bring up the churlas in this game, you got to get rid of that.
And a break in the action. Let's pause for this message.
Be right back, Pop.
This Bud's for all that you do.
Hey, Pete, come here. This year?
Hey, my glove. I found out Pop worked overtime to pay for it. He was always knocking himself out to give us something better.
Sounds a lot like you.
Budweiser, the king of beers, salutes everyone who's ever worked for more than just a paycheck.
Thanks. I think that's my line.
This Bud's for you.
Well, Shane Churla. Sharp short. No, it's Shane Churla. Has company now. Dave Semenko has joined him in the box. Lyndon Byers, I think, is also sitting next to Jay Miller. I guess Byers took a poke at Semenko. I thought he had hit Dave Babbage, but Semenko wanted to get back at Byers, and they both go out.
Now, you'll see Miller here wants to play hockey. Churla's chirping at him, shouting his mouth off. And Jay says, all right, wait a second. Everybody in the building knows it, so let's go at it, right? So that type of stuff you've got to stop. Churla's got to get the 2 for instigating that. If he doesn't, referee missed the call. Churla should be thrown out of the game.
I don't see how he doesn't get an instigator call.
Get instigation.
Sure, it's instigation.
And get thrown out of the game. The instigator should be thrown out of the game when it's that obvious.
Yeah, he lines up. He doesn't even face where the puck's being dropped. He turned and he faced Miller while leaning on his stick on both knees and says, come on, let's go, let's go. You want to go? Let's go.
Accomplished
Then he swung the
absolutely
stick.
nothing.
Now, that's instigating.
Yeah, and he missed the call there. He flat missed the call. He'll be, there's referees, the officials are up here.
Well, you can't call instigating for just talking. I mean, that's not. Instigating is throwing a punch.
The slash stick.
How about
was
the stick
swing? Swing the stick, Fred.
I'd say that was mutual there. I thought the start of the fracas.
Well, you
instigating if there ever was one. What was his intent?
And it was a good fight.
God bless him. Ray Flynn is not going to like you, Fred.
That was the first thing I looked for over by the Zamboni entrance.
Oh, well, I said, here we come.
I thought the Mountain
What do we
Patrol
got
would
here?
be in.
All I think of that succeeded in doing was the Bruins were willing to sit on it and let Hartford take it to them. But now
Indeed,
you're going to
Larson
have...
trying to move it out, and there's a fight in the stands as the Bruins clear it out. Oh, I tell you. Indeed. Peterson trying to move it out, and he's checked, and Anderson has a man in front. Can't get it to him, but he still has the puck. Broken up by Larson. Larson took it away this time. Too many moves by Anderson. Kept in by Ladouceur, broken up by Larson, and cleared out. 6-3 Boston. Casper has the sticks high on Deneen. Larson moves in. And, of course, this is all that's left for Hartford, really, with 7 minutes left in the game.
Pair of 11s, Deneen and Casper off, 2 minutes each. 7 minutes. Time of the penalty.
I'm all for spontaneous fight. These set wrestling matches are got to stop. Young kids don't need this.
Bork trying to clear it out now as Merzen knocked it in. The break for Boston. Possible 2-on-1. McCarthy with Middleton. Too far ahead of Middleton. McCarthy pokes it in deeper. McCarthy with 2 assists and a goal tonight. 2 goals by Larson. McDermott clears in deep. Tippett and Bork, though. Icing as Bork touches it first. Looking at the scoring, 2-1 Boston first period. Johnston and Larson. Everson for Hartford. 2-1 lead for the Bruins. In the second period, Larson is second of the night, a power play. McCarthy made it 4-1. Merzen made it 4-2 for Hartford. Gradine made it 5-2 for Boston. In the third period, Ray Bork from Foster and Milbury made it 6-2. Dave Babbage power play made it 6-3. Face-off is to the left of Liut. 12:33 left, third period. McCarthy on the draw with Jarvis. And a shot in on Liut. Save. Short side around the boards. Tip it out with it. Coming up is Samuelson. Shot in on Ranford. Save. Long rebound. Love out of the zone on a good play.
Good play by Simonetti there. Very heads-up play.
Simonetti is on defense with Ray Bork. Bork's clear is going to be icy. 8 minutes played. 6-3 Boston, third period.
Hey, Frank Simonetti with a reverse dunk.
Yeah, it was, huh?
Pretty nice.
When in doubt, get it out.
Boy, Frank's been waiting for his opportunity to play. You know, Terry O'Reilly with a nice problem. You know,
Oops, what am I going to do with this?
Ooh, I like it.
Jump up.
That's nice
That's
form.
hard to keep your balance.
Got enough steam on it, too, to get it out of the zone.
Well, served its purpose.
Terry O'Reilly has a nice problem with, excuse me, with 7 guys that are healthy enough to play and are playing well, but somebody's got to sit out each night. It's been Frank Simonetti quite a bit recently. Tonight it's Paul Boudelier.
Yeah, that's a nice position to be in if you know, they're all, you know, touch better. You gotta be consistent. That's
well, Michael Kelvin's coming back now, so that'll just cloud up the problem.
That'll swing the door for somebody in the minors.
The draw to Courtnall, he's able to flip it out. Neely drops it off for Courtnall. He can't handle it and move in. Pass to Francis is offside. 11:53 left. Boudelier didn't play well last night. That's why he's not playing tonight.
I think, yeah, Paul was playing well for a while, and just to shake him up a little bit. I get him back to fundamentals and basics and hard work. But he could be an asset. If Paul starts putting the puck in the net, he's pretty good with that puck offensively.
Well, he can move the puck better than he's doing. He looked, I don't know, too conservative last night. He is capable of moving the puck out in Ray Bork style.
Yeah.
Somewhat. Gradine clears it into the corner. Courtnall and Cote. Good hit by Courtnall. Now he's trying to make the play in front. Neely in to help out. Around the boards on the other side. Gradine can't reach it. Francis gets it. Francis, long pass, stopped by Peterson. Played his man beautifully. Was in front of Anderson. And the Bruins get it back in the Hartford end. 11:25 left. Francis trying to come out. It's checked by Johnston. Knocked out now for Ferraro. Ferraro, Anderson, hit. Francis, checked by Gradine, who helped out. And Peterson able to clear it away. Kleinendorf trying to come right back. Anderson does. Quick wrist shot. Boy, he can snap it off quickly. Peterson able to clear it out. Back is Kleinendorf. Forechecking Johnston. 6-3 Boston. 10:52 left. Third period. Francis pass stopped by Marquardt. Milbury. The clear in. Into the corner. Johnston to the backboards against Ladouceur. It's knocked around for Gavin. Gavin a quick clear out. Bork for Foster. And it's right back in the Hartford zone. Ladouceur trying to come out. Popped it into the stands as Marquardt threw a little hit on him.
All right, now let's update you on what's going on with a look at our Budweiser NHL scoreboard. Well, Philadelphia, after spotting Montreal a 2-0 lead in the first period, has come back to lead the Canadiens 4-3 in the third, so that's good news. Edmonton, 3, Quebec 1 in the third period, so that's more good news for the Bruins. Things are working out right. Detroit leading Toronto 3-1. That's a final. The Leafs have beaten Detroit 3-1. That is turning out to be a great rivalry in that division. And Washington and New York Islanders, they're tied up 2-2 at Nassau Coliseum, third period.
Detroit and Toronto could have been a sleeper. I'd like to see the shots on goal. Could have been 10-6.
I'll tell you what, Derek, Brophy and Demers, they started the drum banging early on in the season, figuring they'd be finishing for the final playoff spot. Instead, they're battling it out for a division lead.
Bruins trying to keep it in, can't. Simonetti on defense with Tallene. Tallene clears it up to McCarthy, but it's an offside pass. Philadelphia is playing without Mark Howe. Lower back spasms out of the lineup, and for them to win against Montreal, even at home, without Howe, I mean, they're a balanced team, but without Howe, boy, they miss him.
They're in trouble. Philadelphia needs Mark Howe back there, Fred. He moves the puck so well. He's a bona fide all-star. And anytime you lose an all-star in this league, it can cost you a couple of spots in that division.
Fortunately for them, they have such a huge lead in the Patrick that they might be able to withstand a prolonged absence. He is out indefinitely. There's no telling when he'll be back.
Back spasms are a strange thing.
Simmer on the puck, trying to clear it out, and it takes a weird hop, and a good hit. Simonetti stopped Tippett, or he might have had a shot. Jarvis keeps it in. Gets a drop pass for Tippett for Jarvis. A save by Ranford, and penalty coming up on Boston. Simonetti, I believe, out for interference.
Yeah, he tied up Paul McDermott. McDermott looking for the rebound. It went straight out, and Frankie knocked Paul McDermott into the cage.
Well, you don't know where the rebound's got to go. Simonetti's got to take his man. So, see, he doesn't know whether it's lying right down there in the crease because he's got to turn to face the man. What he did was he run into the goalpost, knocked a little off balance. He took the man, and next thing it takes a howdy-do, and that's penalty time. Frank's playing well. I like to see Frank play. He's a good kid.
How do you like that? Then I barely touched him. He falls over the goalpost, and I get interference. Of course, when you're ahead 6-3 with just under 10 minutes to go, you don't mind taking that penalty as much as you would if it were 3-3 with 10 minutes to go.
3-3, I don't think they would have called it.
4 forwards on for Hartford in a power play, and they have 2 power play goals. And it's back to Francis, the quarterback on the power play from the point, but he's replaced by Anderson, and he gets it off for Dineen. Dineen walks in front, and a save by Ranford. And they can't let Dineen do that. Walked right in front. In the corner, fought for Ferraro, Casper, Bork. Now goes behind the net, Milbury there. Milbury trying to come out. He's checked by Anderson. Kept in by Ferraro. Checked by Milbury. Oh, crunched. Puck goes free into the other corner. Casper after it. All corner work here. Casper to Johnston, and he's able to clear it. Oh, that's great digging work by Casper. He had Dineen and Ferraro and everybody at him. Francis winding up in a power play. 6-3 Boston. Pass missed by Turgeon. Now Dave Babbage, who has one of the goals, a power play score. Merzen has one, and Everson has one. Everson was a power play. Out comes Everson. Clearing in around the boards. Gavin, Peterson. Larson behind the net. Turgeon there. All Hartford Whalers there. Now they get it around the boards for Turgeon. Checked by Foster. Broken up. And out comes Godin, who has a score tonight. One of the 6. And he just skates it beautifully away and gives it to the open man, Larson. And it's fired down. 25 seconds, Hartford power play. Francis over the line. He's able to control it. Flips it right into Babbage, who lost it. And it's cleared away by Larson. 12 seconds left on the power play. 8:09 left third period. 6-3 Boston. Francis for Tippett. A shot deflected wide. Gavin fires it across. Johnston able to clear it away. Full strength Boston. And this clear will be icing.
So things remain as they are on the scoreboard. Hartford will remain 3 points behind Montreal, but the Bruins will move to within 3 of second place and 6 of the top. And the Canadiens will be here Thursday, right? 3 games in hand, Derek, is back on Montreal. And with Quebec losing, the Bruins retain a game in hand on them. And there'll be 4 points up on the Nordiques. And, of course, the Bruins are up at the Colisée next Tuesday night. So
Boston's got a big week ahead of them. They've got to play well. That's why I say it's so important not to sit on the lead in this game. You're up 6-3. You sit on the lead in this game, and you sit on anything, and you play defensive, it just kind of puts cobwebs in the mind, and it's tough to carry over to the next game. Take it to them all the way.
Merzen winding up, forechecking McCarthy. McDermott trying to come out. Clears it up into center ice. Jarvis drops it off for Samuelson. Tipped in by McDermott. Back for Talene. Around the boards. Blocked by Samuelson. Shot in wide. Ooh, Samuelson put that near the net. McCarthy starts it back out. Off for Talene. Up for Simmer.
4, Quebec 1. So the Bruins will increase their lead over the 4th place Nordiques. 4 points if they can maintain this 6-3 lead with 7:02 left.
Thomas Gradine centering Neely and Courtnall. Gradine scored a goal to make it 5-2 in the second period. Larson has 2 goals, both power plays for Boston. Cote trying to come out, checked. Now it's Anderson breaking it out. Shot over the head of Ranford and over the net. Puck kept in. Francis centers it, knocked away by Larson, tipped out by Courtnall. Gradine racing for it. Kleinendorf gets it for Dineen. Checked back by Neely. Falls down. Neely trying to get a handle to it. Dineen back up. Gets it away to Francis. Francis, a pass off for Kleinendorf. The shot wide into the back of the net. Dug out by Ranford. He wants to keep the play moving. No whistles. Out comes Larson. Larson just wraps it in wide of Liu. 6:10 left, third period. 6-3 Boston. Gavin's pass stopped by Casper. Fed right back. Cote winding up. In the center ice. Turgeon by Marquardt. Over the line. Checked. Broken up. Kept in by Cote. Passed in deep for Dineen. Fed in front. Blocked. A save there. And Casper trying to move it out. Ladouceur able to keep it in. Bork, a hit on Turgeon. Puck kept in by Everson. Knocked away by Milbury. 5:35 left, third period. Boston with a 3-goal lead. Turgeon handed it to Milbury. Bruins come back. Casper, a clear in. A change-up on the line for Boston. Turgeon for Everson. Now it's Ladouceur rushing alone. In deep. Checked by Larson. Larson doesn't see the puck under his skate. Ladouceur, the defenseman, is in deep. Ranford able to get it around the boards. Simmer trying to move it out. He's pinned on the boards, and he pins the puck.
Tommy McCarthy hurt himself, Fred. He may have pulled a groin or I think so. The way he got up, he was battling with Ray Ferraro, and he went to get up out of the corner and couldn't get up, and I could see him hobbling. It looks like you can see he's in pain there.
Looks like a hip pointer. That's my boy's back there. That's
I won't ask you to get medical on us.
No, a hip pointer is the muscle on the top of the hip. That gets pulled. Very, very painful. There's nothing can be done about it. You play with pain. I don't like to see that.
Nesson is the place to be this Saturday for live sports action at 1:15. Bruins host the Pittsburgh Penguins, and immediately following that, we'll take you across town to Matthews Arena for New England College basketball as the Siena College Indians take on the Northeastern Huskies. And it's on to Schneider Arena on the campus of Providence College for Hockey East action. The Wisconsin Badgers taking on the Providence College Friars. Face-off at 7:30 following the Hockey East report at 7. Stay tuned to Nesson for a great sports day all day. We deliver.
A shot by Babbage and a save by Ranford. Another one in, and a great stop on McDermott by Ranford. Oh, what speed he moved in. And Foster back trying to beat Babbage. Goes deep, is ridden off. 2 chances for Hartford. In deep, Jay Miller banging in the corner. McDermott after him. And kind of wrestles McDermott down.
I think Jay's still hot from the last time.
Yeah, he did. He got pumped up over that one. He knew it was not his fault. There he just got him a little basic judo there. Got him and flipped him over the old hip. Should be no penalties on that. It was just mucking about in the corners.
Well, Dave Newell says there will be penalties.
Well, he is the last say, isn't he? That's just to keep them all calmed down.
I think Billy Ranford's glad this was Paul McDermott and not Ron Francis.
Ranford just come across with his feet there. Great presence to have feet like that. It's the last-ditch effort. You throw your legs out. This is in the net, and it's going on its way, and Billy, whoop, let's kick it out. Drag that right foot and kick. Threw it out past all the trouble.
Got to admit, I'm more impressed with McDermott after seeing the replay than I was beforehand. He stops it with the skate and hits that with the stick in midair back on net. A bad little 1-2 combination by McDermott, but a nice save by Bill Ranford.
Yeah.
Roommates again, McDermott and Semenko. Byers and Miller.
Face-off just outside the Hartford line. 4:34 left. Boston leads 6-3. They led 2-1 at the end of the first period, 5-2 at the end of the second, and now it is 6-3. Each team scoring a goal in the third period. Casper line on against Francis, Anderson, and Deneen. Bork and Milbury on defense. Bork clears it out. Ladouceur winding up with Babbage. Francis, Anderson. Bork and a poke check broke that play up. Floats across for Marquardt, and he plays it in the Hartford zone. Johnston stopped it, fired one in, a screen shot and a save by Liut. Put that one on net right by Babbage. Babbage trying to come out, and Marquardt hits him, but Deneen breaks it out. Ladouceur has it. Over the line, the shot. Scores right between the pads of Ranford. Ladouceur makes it 6-4 with 3:54 left.
Well, the defense committed to the man with the puck as he came over the line, and Ladouceur takes the feed, gets around Raymond Bork, and gets a shot off a hard drive that beats Billy right between the wickets.
That's basically a soft goal. The pass beats Bork. Bork went for the puck, and then he just had no body position. A rolling puck. Ranford just didn't get the legs closed. Billy's as sick about it as anybody. You know, he's making the big save, and he's getting beat by these rolling, bouncing pucks. It comes with experience what to do on something like that. He should have come out and challenged the shooter.
Hartford now trailing by 2. The Bruins clear it out of the zone. Samuelson off for Merzen. Puck stays in the zone. Tippett checked by Neely. Puck floats to Gradine. Quick shot. Oh, it broke off Liut and wide of the net. Almost put that one home for his second. Out on a good shift is Ferraro. He drills one on Ranford. The rebound skated off by Neely. A pop fly lead too far all the way down to Liut. Forechecking is Courtnall. Let the Whalers get it back out. And Ranford out of the net. Knock it away from Churla. Backford Anderson. Larson controls to Milbury, and it's dropped in the Hartford zone. We're under 3 minutes left. Third period. 6-4 Boston. Merzen. Offside pass to Kevin Deneen.
Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by your local New England Nissan dealers. And by Budweiser, Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. And by Texaco with Petrox detergent to help keep your cars power flowing.
Face-off now in the Hartford zone to the left of Liut. 2:48 left. Third period, 6-4 Boston. 2 goals by Reed Larson tonight. Casper is out there with Johnston and Marquardt. Bork and Milbury. Francis now with Deneen and Anderson, the big line for Hartford with 2:48 left, and Hartford down by 2 goals. Bruins had leads of 4-1, 5-2. It's back to Bork. Shot high, deflected off Liut and into the stands.
Wouldn't mind seeing one more, Turk. This is getting a little bit too close. I mean, I'd like to see an easy one somewhere along the line.
Yeah, you know, 5-2, you could have figured third period 5-2, you could have seen a little bit of a laugher, but
nothing comes easy for this club.
nothing. Well, when you're building like that, and you're trying to start a future trend, those things happen. You sit on it, you try to hold the lead, and chip goal here and a fluke, and they work their way back. Bruins should know that 2 goals is nothing. They were down 2-0, 2 goals against Quebec. Right. Came back, so.
And the draw to Bork puts this one for a deflected shot in wide. Feinendorst broken up, kept in by Marquardt, wheeling, back in for Casper, checked by Francis. They battle. Marquardt back over. Wants to make a careful play, of course. Doesn't want to give it away. So they battle in the corner to keep it in there. Kleinendorst trying to wheel it away, and Bork broke it up. It's back in the corner again. Around the boards, and Deneen starts it out. Clears it in wide of Ranford. Bork wraps it up the boards. Not out. Kleinendorst kept it in. Stopped by Bork. Tries the other side. And Marquardt tips it out. Johnston trying to break against Cote. Johnston over the line. Holding. Takes the hit. Battles to keep it in the zone. 1:50 left. 6-4 Boston. Anderson trying to come out. Stop. McCarthy. Checked by Anderson. Forced to center ice. Francis can't move with it. With it, Larson over to Alan Peterson. Up to Simmer. Flipped up. Ladouceur, who got the 4th goal, broken up by McCarthy. Kept in by Simmer. Now swept away, and Deneen starts it out. Pass is stopped by Larson. Everson gets it back for Turgeon. Broken up by Larson, who has 2 goals. Can't set up Middleton in the center ice. 1:10 left. Liut stays in. 6-4. Bruins, Larson able to clear it out. Down to a minute left. 6-4 Boston. Babbage over the line. Trying to go in. Broken up. Everson. Shot blocked. Middleton, the clear out. To the Hartford end. Liut forced to play it. Center ice, Milbury checked the play. Now it is Turgeon back for Hartford. Shot wide of Ranford. Milbury clears it around. 35 seconds left. Ladouceur kept it in. Near the net, it's covered by Ranford. And we are down to 30 seconds. Copyrighted program brought to you on the pay cable rights granted by the Boston Bruins solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, retransmission, other use of the accounts or descriptions of this game without the express written consent, New England Sports Network and the Bruins is prohibited. Two goals by Reed Larson tonight. Both power play scores. Face-off is to the right of Ranford. Six to 4 Boston.
This is an unusual lineup, Fred.
Here's Neely breaking it out. 2-on-1. Neely over the line. Shot. Save Liut. Yet Jay Miller with him. Byers keeps it in. Byers trying to put it in front. Can't. Neely throws a final hit. Larson with the puck. Up to Neely. For Miller. Samuelson hauls down Neely. And here's a fight. Semenko.
Lyndon Byers is holding his own. He spotted 40 pounds to Semenko, and he gave him 6 inches here. And Semenko just went out here to do something. And
there's a gross misconduct by Semenko, pulling Byers' hair. A gross misconduct.
Lyndon Byers, I'm proud of him. He went back up on Semenko, who's got an awful bad reputation in this league. Semenko proved nothing. That does nothing but help Lyndon Byers.
Wow, Semenko lost a lot there when he grabbed his hair and pulled it to pull him away.
I don't know what Tex Evans is doing. I think he's losing it here. Totally unnecessary. Accomplishes nothing.
Seven seconds left. Semenko and Byers are out. And Newell is calling Merzen over. While that fight was starting, I tell you, Samuelson gave
now, Fred,
Neely a rap.
Can you tell me what he's trying to do here? You know, this is absolutely foolish. Now he's taking Sherla off. With 30 seconds left, he's got Dave Semenko against Lyndon Byers. Lyndon's as tough as they come, but like I said, he spots him 40 pounds and 4 inches. Totally smooth.
Semenko gets an extra 2 minutes, but that's academic. 7 seconds left in the game.
This only builds a case for the proponents of violence. This is silly. Boston Bruins are game for anything. They're not going to back down, and you're certainly not going to rattle anybody at this point.
O'Reilly has Neely and Miller and Marquardt out there. Marquardt wrestles down Samuelson just to get some retaliation there as the game is over. Samuelson says, "What in the world are you doing here?" And he did it because...
You'll know who Nevin Marquardt is, I'll tell you. But Nevin had him down, and he did the right thing. He said, "I'm not taking any of this from you anymore," and throws him down. But there's no need of a fight. And I'll tell you, it was a tough, no-class effort by Hartford. The Bruins walk off the winner, take the 2 points, pack the tent, and slip into the night, Bud.
Okay, Boston wins it 6-4. And so it was a split in the home-and-home series. And our Texaco player of the game is Reed Larson for his 2 goals, scoring his 200th National League goal tonight. And the final score is Boston 6 and Hartford 4. Stay tuned next for the Polaroid Bruins instant replay.
Final at the Garden tonight, the Bruins 6, Whalers 4. And tonight's Bruins Polaroid Instant Replay is brought to you by the Polaroid Spectra System. We take your pictures seriously. 6-4 the final. Final shots on goal, 30 for the Bruins, 27 for the Hartford Whalers. Oh, the Bruins needed one like this. 6 goals, the 6-4 win. That'll take some of the pressure off. This is not a prediction, but a game like this one, after a rough stretch like the stretch the Bruins have had, can get things flowing in the other direction for a while, we hope. Milestones tonight, too. Reed Larson with his 200th and 201st career goals. Ray Bourque had his 400th assist, and Rick Middleton had his 500th assist. It came on the pretty drop pass on McCarthy's goal that came in the second period of play. McCarthy just coming, I think, was out of the penalty box, made an indication to Middleton that he was there. Middleton with the drop pass back, and the goal by McCarthy. Ray Bourque's on an extended tear now. Goal and assist tonight, so now in the last 8 games, 14 points on 15 points on 4 goals and 11 assists. Dave Shea is ready with his post-game guest, Reed Larson. He of the 2 goals tonight, including the 200th of his career. So let's go back to Boston Garden. Dave Shea and Bruin defenseman Reed Larson. David?
Thank you, Tom. Nice game, Reed. You guys needed that kind of offensive output.
Yeah, we've been working pretty hard and not getting anything for it, really. I know last few games, I don't know, a lot of 2-1 games, 3-2, 2-0. We needed the goals, and they finally went in for us tonight.
Liut last night, and again in December. I mean, almost unbeatable. Was he that good, or were you guys making it a little bit easy for him?
A little bit of a combination. I played against Mike in St. Louis, and he stoned us many times there, and he stoned us last night. Although I don't think we were on top of our game, we did shoot some into him and maybe didn't put on the pressure like what we're used to doing. And but he played very, very well.
We were talking about it up in the booth. We talked about it, in fact, last month, about you practicing that shot, getting it down and getting it on the corners. And tonight you were letter perfect with it.
Yeah, it's like I said, I've had some very good chances. This team moves the puck around well. I've had more than my share of chances, and just keep going. They'll start going in. I'm used to shooting from the point, and the more shots I get, the better off I'm going to be.
A lot of times, Reed, you'll take the shot and it'll be more of a pass. I mean, if it goes in, great, but this one was a shot all the way.
Yeah, it's for some reason it knuckled, it dove on him a little bit. I think he had the glove there, and it sank on him. And sometimes, certain curves the guys use nowadays, the puck does a lot of dipping, and mine is laid open a little bit, and it's kind of nice. You can't do it when you want to, but sometimes it just does it. It does a little dive, and I think I caught him that way. Of
course, the second one, you were wide open coming down the right side, and You just plain blasted it by him.
Yeah, I'm on the fly, and I get a chance to move in like that, and it's been a long time since I could push it ahead a couple strides and let it go, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Tom McCarthy made a nice play. Made that little pirouette move at the blue line. He drew both Whalers, and that left the alley open for you.
Yeah, he makes a lot of nice plays, and smooth as silk. Call him Kessler.
We're looking in the book, 30 years old, and it doesn't seem like you've been around that long. Just remember when you were playing in Minnesota, any chance you'll go check out your old alma mater tomorrow night?
Well, last year I think they were in and they didn't make it, and I think I will this year. I'm going to try and get over there because, it's fun to see that, and college game's always good to take in.
Of course, if the coach got in with the team a little early tonight, he might have pointed and said, see what we produce?
Yeah, well, I hope so. Yeah, I hope they're at the game.
Reed, thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Reed Larson, our player of the game. Let's go back to Tom.
David Guest appearing on our Bruins Polaroid Instant Replay received the new Polaroid Spectra system. That final score tonight, second in 2 nights against the Hartford club. The Bruins 6 and Hartford 4 on this one. Coming up on our Instant Replay, all of the action highlights of this one. A look at the Caps and the Islanders game. And coming up next, Fred Cusick and Derek Sanderson.